Religiously, understand the seven principles of hell. You understand the seven demons within you. You understand that whole concept. It's a whole metaphysical concept. We ain't go over that, but anyway, so
Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day. This y'all shorty Racheal. I want to welcome all y'all to the Writers for Life. Brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast, yo, and let's talk about it, right? We got the video. We've been talking about Little Miss Shirley on Boots, right? Today's topic: Nique at Night breaks it down. Miss Shirley's mom faces backlash again. All right, we've been talking about Little Miss Shirley, right? Boots on the ground for a little minute, man. Listen, before we get this video started, right, let me ask y'all a few questions that I want y'all to keep in mind as we're watching the video. Do people truly understand the psychological effects of excessive social media use, or they dismiss them as exaggerated concerns, right? Are people aware, are people aware of the dangers, right, of social media when you expose your children to it, right? It's so many things out here, right? Man, I feel as though as parents, we shouldn't do. One of them is expose our kids, right, to social media, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, right? So many things that we can do out here with our kids, right, when it comes to social media, right? And then, you know, they got videos that you can upload that are child related, right? Does calling CPS based on social media violate privacy, or is it a necessary safeguard for children, right? Does social media provide enough context to determine if a child is in danger, or can it lead to false accusations? And how does public scrutiny impact families who are investigated due to online reports, right? Should influencers and public figures be held to higher standards when sharing content involving children, right? Now, Little Miss Shirley's mom, right? Little Miss Shirley, boots on the ground's mom. She's not, how can I say, a celebrity, right? But her daughter is becoming a child star, right? And not just, not a celebrity from Hollywood or none of that, but she's almost there, right? She's been on a whole bunch of TV shows and stuff like that, right? But she is a YouTube child star. Blessings. We got Frankie Blanco in the building, yo. He gonna call me Thumper though. That's some real shit, man. Listen, man, you can give me a whole salad on some real shit. Fuck the meat, man. Call me a rabbit. My name is Thumper. Children have to be protected from social media till they understand discernment. That's some real shit right there. And I feel as though that as women, right, that have daughters, we need to lead by better examples. So a big shout out to the moms out there, right, that protect their children from the dangers of social media. But we've been talking about Little Miss Shirley, boots on the ground, right, and her mom's behavior, right? I used her as an example in these last, I think, 2 lives, right? Yeah, it was 2 lives, right, on what defines a woman's presence, right? Let's talk about it, right? How should a woman carry herself? So those were the last 2 lives we've been doing throughout this whole weekend, right? I want to give a shout out to everybody that participated in that live, right? And had a conversation with a shorty, gave their input in their perspectives, right? I need to give a big shout out to my OG, Gary Busted Down Brown, because he came on that John on part 2 of a live, man, at the end. And he was spitting some gems, yo. Like, he motivated a shorty to pick up some paper this morning and write some poetry. Like, I got started on some shit. So shout out to Gary Busted Down, man. But he was spitting some gems, right? He gave a great input on what defines a woman's presence, right? What defines a woman's presence and how she should carry herself. And I feel as though that a lot of us women, right? A lot of us women out here, and I'm just speaking in general, right? If the shoe fits, wear that bitch, right? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But a lot of us women are not leading by example. You see where I'm coming from? A lot of us women are not teaching our young women, right? What really defines a woman's presence? What really defines a woman? What a woman, how a woman is supposed to be, how a woman should carry herself, and much more. We're asking the questions on why our little girls are behaving the way that they're behaving, why our little boys are behaving the way that they're behaving. But had we took a step and, realized, step back and realized, right, and take a moment to think that, damn, it starts from home. It starts at home. Us women are the real leaders, the real role models that our young ladies have. So if we're out here doing this and that, right, guess what they're going to do? They're going to mimic us women, especially us mothers, right? I'm speaking in general when I say we, all right? We need to stop pushing Cardi B, Beyonce, what's these other chicks' name? Ice Spice, Meg the Stallion, and all of them, right? We need to stop pushing them so far up our daughters' throats and eyes and ears, right? And realize that we need to be the example that our daughters need, right? Oh shit, we got Mouthpiece in the building. Big shout out to Mouthpiece, man. Go make sure y'all go check him out. He had a great live earlier. I was in and out of his live, man. But listen, man, that live was great, man. So big shout out to Mouthpiece, man. Shout out to Frankie Blanco. Make sure y'all go check out these great male content creators, man. Show them some support, man. And listen, let's do this, yo. But back on the topic, man. I feel as though that us women need to do better, right? This is not what we need to be doing with our daughters. Big shout out to Nique at Nite, man. She breaks it down. What we've been talking about for the past 2 days, right? This weekend, and we brought up Little Miss Shirley boots on the ground. I think it was last weekend. All right. So we've been talking a lot about this, right? And it also falls under the category, right? Is social media beneficial or harmful? And me, I feel as though that there's pros and cons when it comes to social media, right? Harmful, right? We make it. Beneficial, we make it. So it's up to us on if social media becomes even more harmful or beneficial. So let's get this joint started real quick. And let's listen to what they got to say.
Meet and greets for her child. The one that be popping her hip, twisting her tail. She inviting grown adults to come meet her child.
They got Miss Shirley out there at the after hours doing meet and greets, having grown men driving hours to come see her when they wouldn't even drive 10 minutes down the street in their own town to go see their own damn kids.
So how do you like being all over the cameras?
Now, my baby daddy, my fiance, had a great question yesterday. Where is Little Miss Shirley's father? Throughout this whole process, throughout everything we've been hearing and listening to, we have not seen Little Miss Shirley boots on the ground's father yet, right? But we have heard about Little Miss Shirley boots on the ground being picked up by other men, right? Now, I would love to hear a man's perspective, right? Especially the fathers out there, right? If you found out that your baby mama is exposing your daughter to social media in a way that Little Miss Shirley, boots on the ground's mom is, what would your reaction be, and what would you do? And for those of y'all that are, a little curious on what my baby pop said, make sure y'all go check out yesterday's live, man, which was great. Yesterday's live, and he will give y'all input. I mean, his input. My bad. Shit. Hey, wake up.
It's all over the world at the age of 4. How does that make you feel?
Good.
Good. You got young people, you got elderly people wanting to see you and meet you.
Blessings.
So what you said,
It's Shirley's mom and those nasty grown men that went to do a meet and greet with that little girl, they need to be arrested right fucking now.
And the thing that even put the cherry on the top, this man was crying
because he met this child star, Miss Shirley.
Hey,
Yo, that shit is weird. Guys, would y'all get excited for meeting a child star? We're about to see why people were saying that this man was excited, you know, for meeting little Miss Shirley, boots on the ground, right? How does early exposure to fame affect a child's development and sense of privacy? And should parents monetize their child's popularity, or does it cross ethical boundaries? Does social media encourage parents to prioritize views and engagement over their child's well-being? And while we was talking about what defines a woman's presence, right, this weekend, we all came to an agreement, right? I mean, the people that was conversing with me in the chat, right, along with my baby pops, right, that social media has ruined the perception of what a woman's presence should be.
what's up? What's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique at Night. And tonight we're going to be doing another video on the viral sensation, or the viral toddler, Miss Shirley, who became viral on doing the boots on the ground dance. And basically it's the dance where you get your fans and then you go, where your fans at? Where your fans at?
That's what we got the little girls doing.
Fans at? You know, that's pretty much the dance that has been blowing up. That's also the dance that prompted me to add these fans to my website, okay? www.niqueatnight.com. But I did a previous video and I talked about Miss Shirley. She's 4
As you should, Nique at Night, man. Get your promote on, man.
years old. And I talked about how there was a guy who decided to call CPS on her mother. And there was people who had concerns about her being at these mostly adult events. Now, there was a lot of back and forth on how people felt as it pertains to, some people felt like the guy took it way too far, calling CPS, and some people felt like it was necessary that CPS or another power comes in and intervenes. Well, the mom is now doing meet and greets, according to social media, for Miss Shirley, and people are concerned and asking.
There's no way in hell that I'm going to sit here and have my daughter on social media like this, and then I'm going to sit here and I'm going to book events with grown-ass mofos online. There's no way. Shit, and my baby pops won't even allow it. Listen, I don't know. Listen, a lot of people are saying that because the mom is young. I was young when I had my kids, and I ain't do this shit with my kids. So I feel as though, right, when it comes to this situation, age ain't nothing but a number.
For the mother and all of the men who are prioritizing meeting her to be locked up.
You got young people, you got elderly people wanting to see you and meet you. So what would you say to the elderly people that are in nursing homes and things like that? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, how you been doing?
No, put the volume down.
All right, and this is her booking information photo. So to the right of this, let me make this big. So this is advertised on her mother's page, and it says Miss Shirley booking, and then it has a phone number and a booking contact that has been redacted. Actually, let me give you guys a refresher on who Miss Shirley is for those of you guys who don't know. I feel like I'm moving a little too fast. Girl, slow down. Slow down. You're moving a little too fast. All right, let me back up a little bit. Let me back it up.
She's gonna do a little recap, right? But does viral fame create unrealistic expectations for children, forcing them into roles they may not understand? And how does the internet's reaction to controversies like this reflect the broader concerns about digital ethics? right? And these are questions that I'm asking, right? And I want y'all to think about them as we're watching this video.
Back it up. So this is her dancing right here. So let's see this video. All right, so this doesn't have sound, but this is her dancing to Boots on the Ground. All right, so this is her dancing to Boots on the Ground. And when she first was dancing to Boots on the Ground, it wasn't really a lot of gyrating, and it wasn't a lot of, you know, hip thrusting and things like that. Well, after she had done a lot of dances to Boots on the Ground, then there became another line dance where there was a lot of hip thrusting, hip movements.
So fellas, if this was your daughter, what would y'all do? What would your reaction be? Would y'all take mama to court? Would y'all gain custody of your child? What would y'all do?
Shaking around and all of that. All right, so this is her. This is a quick clip.
Nah. Hell no, she cheer her like, yay. Like, see, something is wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say it's because it's a young generation having kids. Listen, I know that the young generation having kids, they ignorant to the facts, right? To a lot of shit, but they learn as they go, right? And I've seen a lot of good moms that are young and, you know, in the early 20s and stuff like that. So we're not going to sit here and say, oh, she's a young mom. No. Listen, I was a real young mom. And there was no way in hell that I would put my kids on social media doing this shit. I was against it when I was young, and I'm against it now. And I was 17 years old when I had my firstborn. So let's not sit here and blame age. Young my ass.
All right, so you see people are cheering her on. She's popping it and doing all that. Then her dance went from doing Boots on the Ground. It went from that. Then it went to her sticking her tongue out. And then it started to just get a little bit more risque. Okay?
Risque.
She then started
I like how she
dancing
said that.
with this, I don't know how old the girl is. I'm not sure if she's also, I'm not sure.
Oh, there's another girl now.
But she started dancing with this other girl. And the other girl, like, really like, be winding it.
So where is this other girl's mom? You see, we start letting our kids, our daughters, right, do these things at an early age, right? Once they get a certain age, there's no turning back. There is no turning back. Trust me. And then y'all want to ask, oh, how, you know, why we got these little ratchet girls out in the streets? Because they're getting created. They wasn't born like that. They're being created.
And shaking it and popping it. And Miss Shirley also has been adopting and doing the same thing. So there's this video right here of Miss Shirley where a lot of people started to feel some type of way because they're like, okay, her dance went from it seemingly being innocent to something that was a little too much, you know, a little too much. So let me play this video.
It's too many excuses for this, man. Her mom should have never had her dancing like this to that song to begin with in the first place. You see where I'm coming from? This child should not have become famous like this, right? And we're not going to sit here and say, oh, the mom is too young to know about what happened to Aaron Carter and the cast of iCarly and, you know, the Disney kids and the Nickelodeon kids. Bullshit. The world knows about that. We're not going to sit here and say that the mom doesn't know, you know, about the dangers about, you know, the dark web and the underground and all this bullshit. Nah, man, that's bullshit. Excuses after excuses. Some of these moms don't give a fuck because they selling their souls. Some of them, you know, sit here and how can I say, it's like Dwayne Wade. See, Dwayne Wade wanted to be a certain way when he was younger, but now he sees his, you know, future and his son's present. And boom, we got, you know, what happened with them. Now we got this mother over here, right? She couldn't do these things when she was younger. Now she sees, you know, her daughter getting all this attention. Who, let me my daughter do this. That's why she came out snapping on the people talking about, you know, your parents didn't. Like, yeah, of course, obviously our parents let us do this shit. That's why the fuck we're here today and not missing on the fucking, you know, our picture wasn't in the damn milk carton back in the 90s or early 2000s. You got me fucked up. My bad. You got me chopped. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to. You know what? I gotta do better. I gotta stop cussing. Look at this shit.
Okay, so
this
she's
the
popping
example
it
we
and
giving our
gyrating,
kids.
and she's following the lead of this girl right here. And whoever you are, if you watch my video, this is a 4-year-old. Maybe you.
Little Miss Shirley is 4, and that little girl behind Little Miss Shirley that she's mimicking is probably like 13, 14. Her mama ain't no better. Oh shit, we got OG in the building. We got Cutthroat Entertainment in the building. Guys, go make sure y'all go check out Cutthroat Entertainment. Great conversations, great topics. And yo, listen, man, OG funny as shit, man. You won't be disappointed, y'all. But back on topic, man. Listen, this right here is out of pocket, right? Like, if this is what we're teaching our girls, right? And it's crazy, right? Because not all women is doing this. Not all mothers is doing this. But for some reason, this is what social media praises, right? And what a lot of mothers fail to realize, this shit backfires. So it leads back to the question: if y'all see a parent doing this with their child, you know, would y'all call social services? Like, let me see, where's the because I got more fucking social services questions here. Does calling CPS based on social media violate privacy, or is it a necessary safeguard for children? Do y'all think that viewers and subscribers are doing the wrong thing when they call CPS on content creators that do these type of things? How does the rise of the digital surveillance impact child welfare cases? And should CPS investigations require more than online evidence before intervening? I would love to hear both fathers and mothers, the same as men and women opinions on this topic, guys. Let's talk about it.
You know, if on your own you want to pop it and gyrate it, but she's leading by your example. And probably tone it down a little bit with all that. But she's popping it, winding it, shaking it, and things like that. Okay. And the video went from a cute little innocent dance to something that people felt like was a little bit too grown.
You know what's crazy? I remember growing up, and every time, you know, to every adult dance, there was a kid dance, right? And the kids did not mimic what the adults did. We was creative with it. We switched it up. We knew we wasn't allowed to, you know, booty pop or, you know, pussy pop or none of that shit. But we sure as hell came up with our own little dances. But these generations, and what's crazy is it's our generation and probably the generation before us raising this generation. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So who's failing who is the biggest question.
Well, there was a guy, like I said, who the mother was upset because they say he called CPS. So there was a guy who came forward that called CPS. I'll revisit that in a little bit, but let's show the latest headline from the Neighborhood Talk. So this was just posted today on the Neighborhood Talk. As you can see, this is the blog, the Neighborhood Talk, and it says, "Doing too much?" ? Mother of 4-year-old Miss Shirley has social users concerned after offering a meet and greet with her daughter. So they are saying this is crazy, and this is one of the videos.
What I don't understand is, after CPS has called your child, you still try to do meet and greets with your child, with grown ass adults, risking to lose your child? Something's not right with this mom. See, in the beginning, I was a little skeptical, like, I don't know. People probably tripping, A lot of people come online and they be hating, but shit, I really see. And you know what? I agree with a lot of people. Like, we need to stop doing this shit. Women, you need to do better. We need to do better.
All right, so I'm not sure who this guy is, but he picks her up. And then, like I said, this is the other guy who created the song. He picked her up. And her mother is allowing these men and women to meet and greet with her daughter, according to this blog and all the people on TikTok. Okay, this is reported on this blog. Everybody made the video and reported on TikTok. So if you feel a way about what's being reported, go after the people who posted it first. Okay, period. So anyways, so people...
That's so true, man. Go after them, yo, because the mom already talking about, I'm gonna sue everybody. I'm like, you're gonna sue people for giving their opinions, for being concerned about your daughter because you're exposing her to all these dangers. It is like you don't give a fuck. It's like you're pimping your daughter, you're exploiting your daughter for a couple of what? I mean, she could be getting paid good because her videos have gone viral. So I'm not even gonna say for a couple of coins like some people do here on YouTube and shit like that. I'm gonna be real.
Started to realize that in these interactions, there is men who are not related to her, and they're being able to pick her up. All right, so as you've seen, the neighborhood talk felt some type of way, along with a lot of other social media, and brought attention to the fact that men are not only meeting her, but they're picking her up. Now, it is my job to do a deep dive, because when I originally did a live video on this very topic...
And I'm glad that you did the deep dive, man, because I haven't gotten a chance to do the deep dive. I can only sit here, come on the weekends, do these lives, and I appreciate content creators like Nique at Nite. And I think she's a journalist though too, and she's got an LLC on that, right? I think she's I mean, not an LLC. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, she's good at what she does, so it makes it easier for small channels like us to do this, and so we're able to do the things that she's doing. Shit, I was able to do it at one point, but I can't do it. Sit here, collect all the videos, right? Do my little deep dive. I'll get back to it, but I gotta sit here, get my computer again. I gotta get a whole nice little setup. Then I gotta get my daughter right into like Girl Scouts and stuff like that. Then find a way to have us spend time together. Then I can do time doing this, because it takes a lot of time to sit here and edit these videos and do these research. I swear to God it does. I've been there. So lately, it's been a little easier reviewing and reacting to content creators that have done this, right? So I appreciate them. And I appreciate the ones that don't copy strike us.
Topic of the mother allowing men to pick her up, I thought that the guy might have been her uncle. Now, upon further research, the guy who she's running to go and jump up on is not familiar to her as far as being related to her or anything like that. The guy is a guy by the name of Mike Clark Jr. And this meeting happened in March, but it is resurfacing now, and along with other videos. So you see her go run, he picks her up, and he swings her around, they embrace, she hugs him. And in his caption, you see that he's not related to her, because he says, finally got to meet the world famous Miss Shirley. Now, another video that was also being brought to the forefront as of...
Man, I need more men to step up and speak up, man. Like, come on, man. I know y'all get excited if y'all was to meet like Toni Braxton. I know y'all will get excited, probably shed some tears, right? Probably suck the farts out of her. You see where I'm coming from? But shit, you get that excited over a little girl, let's be honest, man. All right, she's a cute little girl, right? And I'm not hating that she's coming up. It's just the way that she's coming up, the way that her mom's promoting her, the things her mom is letting her do as a little girl. Like, if there's not consequences behind this, you see, it starts from home. Like, This mom cannot sit here and say, oh, I blame the schools, I blame the community, I blame this, I blame the celebrities. No, it's you. You're doing this with your child. You're letting your child do this. I'm done. This gonna be this generation's Shirley Temple. And it's a shame because the mom is not seeing that all these men near her child at any given moment, any one of them can sit here and do something. And what is she going to do about it when the child goes missing? You're giving the world easy access to your child. You're basically giving them the key in the casket.
Recently was a meeting that she did with the creator of Boots on the Ground. Now, back in March, Miss Shirley and the
We got Tyrone Motif in the building, man. Tyrone, my bad. Go check him out, man. He's got a lot of great content, man. And if y'all into the celebrity gossip, that is the channel to go to, man. Listen, man. I swear to God that I be watching him when he be coming on, man, and he is funny as hell, especially when he be reviewing and reacting to the Krishan and Blueface, yo. You gotta love him. Make sure y'all go check him out, man. Great content. And if you don't want to miss out on the celebrity gossip, he is your guy.
Creator recently was a meeting that she did with the creator of Boots on the Ground. Now, back in March, Miss Shirley and the creator of Boots on the Ground, they met each other for the first time. In March when they met, people felt like it was odd that he was crying while he was meeting a 4-year-old. Now, in addition to people feeling kind of weird about not only are they meeting, they're meeting in what looks like a club setting, but
oh shit, the mama had the audacity to take the daughter to her club. I mean, it does look like it now that I'm looking at the background real good. But why was the bull crying? I get that he's the creator, you know, the little shorty's video going viral to his music might have helped his, you know, his music in the algorithm. But you was crying because you met a 4-year-old? Like, this is the third or fourth guy that I've heard that cried. Like, what's going on? Man, I understood if you sat here, okay, I met Mariah Carey. I sat here and I got to, you know, feel her cheeks. But you're talking about meeting a meet and greet with a 4-year-old and you're crying. Nah, there's no men. I need y'all to step up. What the fuck is going on? Women, what is going on with these women leaders that are on social media talking about their influencers with kids? What in the world is, yo, I don't know. I think I fell off the bed somehow. I don't know what year it was or what date it was, and I caught some type of amnesia. No, man. Somehow, some way, I teleported. I teleported into a whole nother dimension. I don't know. I don't listen. Is we human still?
on top of that, he in his caption said that he loved her. Now, people highlighted that in his comments and they're like, he loves her, question mark. Okay. Now, again, she danced to his song, which before she started.
Oh, shit. My bad. We're going to get right back. Tyrone was saying something. He said, hey, sis, I'm in Philly. Let's link and make some content. We can have some dope combos on cam together. That's crazy-ish. Yeah, this is some crazy-ish. Sure. Let me see. I think my Instagram is down there. I'm not sure if I have you on Instagram. I know I follow you here on YouTube. Let me see. I'm about to put my Instagram in the John down below, and then what I do is I talk to my baby pops, and we can link up. You know, I gotta talk to him first. I can't link up with anybody unless me and him talk. I gotta be real straight from the gate. Real shit. I've said this before to people, like, you know, I gotta talk to baby daddy. But my John is right there, man. And if you listen, man, if you in Philly, that would be dope, though, for real, for real. I'll talk to my baby daddy. We can link up and have a whole convo, for real, for real. We can go live. That'll be some dope shit.
Dancing to it, it was already viral, but I guess her dancing to it.
Oh, my bad. Yo, he said he in Philly, though. What am I doing, right? Wake up, yo, wake up. Wait, yo, he in Philly. Wait a minute, yo. Like, I just woke up 2 hours ago, literally, all right? Welcome to Philly, baby. Yo, we in HP over here, man. I'm not sure what part of Philly you in, but we over here in HP, right? We're on the north side of Philadelphia, right? North Philly, Hunting Park area. We're right next to, I'm right in between Juniata and Nicetown, right? I'm in between the Badlands, right? And Hunting Park and shit. Like, I'm right there. I'm right next to the Badlands. Listen, I don't know how they've described Philadelphia to you, but like, I'm right here. HP, baby.
It brought a little bit more of attention, so we can understand his appreciation for her helping the song. But people felt like it was weird that he's picking her up. He's telling her that he loves.
What part of Uptown you in? I gotta talk to my baby pops. I'm not familiar from that side. I've always been in the hood. But you're saying Uptown, it sounds familiar. Shit. Yeah, I definitely gotta have a I'm like, yo, baby pops, all right. He on this side. He said he on Uptown. He's speaking a different lingo. You gotta speak Philly to me. like he in Uptown.
Before she started dancing to it, it was already viral, but I guess her dancing to it, it brought a little bit more of attention, so we can understand his appreciation for her helping the song. But people felt like it was weird that he's picking her up, he's telling her that he loves her, and so much more.
What happened to Boots on the Ground? Why is she?
He's saying I really love you in the video. It's kind of odd. It really is kind of odd that all these men, instead of watching women celebrity, they want to come and meet a little young girl that is like an upcoming artist, right? Is odd. Like, he's really saying I love you in this video. Like, okay, he could be having a lot of appreciation because of her video trending. See, we gotta look. I mean, listen, I can't sit here and say he's like this, but you never know. It's kind of crazy that the mom is letting her daughter, in the arms of different men. So it leads back to the question that my baby pops asked yesterday. Where is the father in this whole situation? Where's the daddy? And is the daddy's presence needed in a daughter's life? Right? And I can't sit here and say, right, as a woman, I mean, I don't know. I had my grandfather's presence. So that kind of, I think, probably made up for my dad's presence. I never had a dad, and I turned out okay. You see where I'm coming from? But then again, I had my grandfather in my life all the way until I was 15, because he passed away around that time. Like, I was around 15, 16 when he passed away. So, I'm lying. I was 18 when he passed away. So I had him in my life until I was 18. He was in and out. He lived in PR, I lived in Philly. So I don't know. I could have turned out okay because I still had that male figure in my life. Damn. I never thought about it this hard. And the more I think about it, I was like, damn, I didn't have him, but I had him. That could have made a difference. I never even thought about it. Is it needed? Damn, this shit is crazy. How can social media be used responsibly to protect children without causing harm to families? Is it better to report a concern and risk being wrong, or stay silent and risk a child being harmed? Because what's crazy, right? that the man that reported this little girl's mom said that, you know, he would prefer to be better safe than sorry. You see where I'm coming from? He said that if DHS investigates, right, then they'll know if he did the right thing or the wrong thing. This is crazy. How can communities balance vigilance, right, with fairness when addressing child welfare concerns online? This is not the first person I've seen CPS get called on. Like, if you want to take a good look, I think Krishan got CPS called on, right? Krishan and Blueface. Who else? If I'm not mistaken, there was a battle right between Tasha K and Jaguar Wright with CPS or some shit like that. If I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of people on social media that CPS gets called on. Damn. Now that I'm sitting here taking the time to think and analyze shit, this shit is crazy. Said drop the link real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see. I'm gonna put the link in my community wall just in case. Yo, this is shout out. All right, so if the link in my chat doesn't work, the link will work in the community wall. All right, guys, because this is I'm actually doing the Whoa, what happened? I almost discombobulated everything. All right, I shared both links. All right, it's in the chat and it is also in the community wall for those that cannot hit the link in the chat. All right, because we do have issues when we hit the portrait mode on StreamYard, yo. This is I can't believe this shit. I can't. What are we showing our daughters? What are we showing these little girls out here? Is this what really defines what a woman should turn out to be?
So much more.
What happened to Boots on the ground? Why is she up in the air? Why is he in her arms?
Hey, ladies.
Okay, wait. This ain't.
Yo, blessings. How you doing this morning?
Sis, how are you doing? How are you
Chilling.
Check you. This was a good topic. This is
Thank
definitely
you. Appreciate that.
But how you been now? How you doing?
I'm chilling. Here,
Nice.
I just got woken up, so I just did this little live real quick while I was up.
You said got woken up.
I did. I fell asleep. I was tired. Then, like 2 hours later, I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "All right, fuck it. I might as well do a live." It's the middle of the night. I got nothing to do. Nobody's live.
Right.
So I was like, "This John for my attention." Repeat that. I'm sorry.
You said nobody else was live.
Yeah, nobody else was live. I was watching somebody. I think I was watching Cutthroat in the chat for a little bit before I came on.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I just woke up. I done slept the whole half of Saturday away.
Chill. Those were my plans, man. I tried to do that 3 times.
Man, I was out, man. I done fell asleep. I done woke up today. I think I went live early this morning. Actually, twice. I went live twice early this morning.
That's why I was supposed to sleep.
Yeah, then I went to the daggone laundromat. I came back from the laundromat. I rolled up a blunt. It was over. That was the last thing I remember. I don't remember nothing else. That was like 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh shit! Damn.
That was
He
4
was
o'clock
out.
this afternoon. I woke up probably like 30 minutes ago. I just slept the whole night away. I'm mad. I
Man,
am
that's a
mad.
good thing. That means your body needed that rest, man. Now you ready to go out and about, man. Enjoy a little bit of Philly. Just gotta be
Yeah.
careful out here.
I'm sitting here. Oh, nah, I don't need to go nowhere. I got bottles of Don Julio in this house. I got an ounce of weed in here. I am okay. I don't need to go nowhere.
No, I wasn't talking about like going out club, and I was like talking
yeah.
some sightseeing and stuff like that. Get you some content.
Yeah, but Philly, my second home though. Like I've lived in Philly damn near all my life. Like I'm from Philly, so this is like my second home. I've been here all my life.
You said that at Selena. I think you was on Selena when you said that. Yep.
I was on Selena when I said that. Yeah, so like I've been living here all my life off and on, you know. About 3 years ago, I lived in Philly for about 5-6 years before I went back to New York for a while. I took a trip to Africa for about 4 months. And when I came back to America, I went to Philly. I went back home to New York. But some of my old jobs been calling. They like, nigga, we need you.
Yeah, Philly needs
old jobs been calling. They like, man, we need you. It's been a while, man, but we need you. So I came back to Philly to get some of this money.
I'm gonna get that money. That's what the city is for.
Right.
We get a lot of benefits in Philly, and people don't even peep that shit. Like I learned that when I try to leave twice.
Yeah.
Like you go everywhere else, you ain't getting these benefits like this.
I love the city. So many people from Philly, they want to run from Philly because they saying it's a lot of violence, it ain't jobs, whatever, right? It might be something as small as I can never find parking after work. I come home and gotta park around the corner and walk home. Like, right? So a lot of people from Philly hate those small things, but a nigga like me from New York, like it's nothing. Like, nigga, we good. You heard? Shit, if y'all got violent crimes, so do we in New York. We got violent crimes too. I'll be all right.
Bad, yo.
Right?
No matter where you go, the crime is gonna follow. Like even in the suburbs, I'm like suburbs is getting like us now. Like I want to move to the suburbs. I'm not leaving Philly. I want to move to a little nicer area.
To the suburbs, right? Because statistics shows that white men is the motherfucking highest percentage of criminals in this country, right? Like, and that's just real rap. Like, only 2% of black men in America or black people in general go to jail. Only 2% of the black population in America go to jail, right? And even less for a Latino brother or sister. It might be 8%, right? It might be less than 0.1%, right? You might be 0.5%, right? The Latino population. Jails in 2025 is being overpopulated with white men, right? Them niggas is going to jail today, right? So you can't, right? I don't want to hear nothing about that black men are criminals or
wait,
no men is illegal immigrants, and no, I don't want to hear that shit, right? Like, no, these white folks is committing crimes just like everybody else. Lock their ass up.
I'm an HP, and like I tell everybody, I know that in Philadelphia, right, they got the communities. You got, certain communities where it's all blacks, then it's all Puerto Ricans, then it's all Mexicans and shit like that. But my community is mixed. I'm not used to the division. So it's kind of crazy. So it's kind of like I get where people coming from. Over here, we just mix. So it's like I'm used to. What's crazy is I'm not gonna sit here and lie. What you just explained to me reminded me of the white bull, and they used the white bull to catch the bulls in the corner. I was cracking the fuck out. I was like, yo, everybody peeped that shit. They was like, yo, he was copping some crack. We know what he doing now. All the little young bulls caught on. I was like, oh shit, they made the white bull throw the crack, and they made him go tell them who the bulls that's all the time. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Then when they brought him back to the block, I was like, the kids wasn't lying. They made him spit this shit out the rest of it. I was like, oh shit. And he went and snitched. I was like, why they use the white man for that though? I was Like that's fucked up. But that was really messed up though. They followed his ass. It was like squad deep right here in the corner. Like I didn't know how the cops was there. The kids kept talking and talking. They was like they was making him do this. They brought him back in front of everybody, and they made him spit everything out of his mouth. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, that's the moment he knew he fucked up. Now all the kids knew what he was doing.
Right.
That's his mouthpiece.
Indeed. Speaking of mouth, you already know. Family blessings on blessings. Big blessings. How y'all feeling?
Yo, what up, bro?
Chilling, mouthpiece. Tyron,
all the time,
mouthpiece.
Man. All the time. Hey, man, it's an honor to meet you, my brother. I've heard great things and seen great things about you, my brother. Keep doing your thing. I applaud you, my brother.
Same to you, bro.
Definitely a great content. Man,
appreciate it, bro. Same to you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it's a big ass division in it, and I think it's a big ass thing when it comes to the opposite sex, and us creating a wedge to understand each other and develop better connections and better respect and understanding from the point of whereas one side maybe was hurt at one point in time by the opposite sex, but then as you grow, you should be able to find a way to mend that pain through trying to understand the opposite sex a lot better, dive into learning more information on what the opposite sex goes through. You get what I'm saying? That way you will be able to understand and be able to appreciate and respect them a lot more. I think a lot of people who go through that, they develop an immense hate or immense opposition or a feeling of some kind of, you know what I'm saying, repulsiveness to make them get to that point where they just like, man, fuck the opposite sex. I'm going to take what I want and get what I want from out of them. You know what I'm saying? If they're not doing this here and the above, then I ain't going to do that there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's some deep manipulation shit to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't like that at all. I think that's why we not connected no more like we used to be, because at one point in time, all you heard was throwback old school love music. You know what I'm saying? Even though love music being played, still going on the radio and all that shit. Every time you listen to every song right now, it's nothing but breaking up shit. I hate old girl wrong. You know, I ain't gonna say the word, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to disrespect no woman right now. It's with the language. But y'all know what y'all know what they be saying, you know what I'm saying?
It's nothing but vein cutters.
Yeah.
And
we ain't heard a good love song in a long ass time.
Right. Yep. All of that could be done by a design, right? We all know that they got a real stronghold on the ghettos of America. You know, these Black and Latino communities that we live in, you know, and it's not just Philadelphia. It ain't just Brooklyn. It ain't just Queens or the Bronx, New York, right? It ain't just West Philly. It ain't just Kensington, right? It ain't just Huntington Park, right? This is every Black and Latino community in America. Like we go through things, and most of the things we go through, most of the societal ills that we go through, we all experience, right? We all experience, and that's why Philly is my second home. You know, I know a lot of women and men that run from Philly. They was born and raised here. As soon as they get their money up, they out of here. They like, man, I ain't raising my goddamn kids here, man. Listen, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna even cap, bro. That remind me of where I'm from, bro. Because in Milwaukee, they the same way, bro. They be trying to get the fuck away from Milwaukee, bro.
And
they love it.
Milwaukee have Black.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, I'm living proof. That's my piece. I'm Milwaukee, nigga, for real. Like
nice.
North side, South side shit, Boricua, Mexicano, all that shit connected.
Right.
Mexicanos, all that shit connected, bro. We, you know what I'm saying? It's a unified front out there. Like we all eating together. But in other areas, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is separated and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they're looking at, you know, what happened to them. Yeah.
Right. And believe it or not, that's the beauty of cities like New York and Philadelphia, right? It's the same as a Milwaukee, right? New York and Philadelphia, Blacks and Latinos been living amongst each other since the beginning of goddamn time, goddamn it, right? Like all we know is us, right? They know us and we know them, right?
Facts.
Facts. Like New York City, we had a major wave of Latinos back in the 1960s, right? We in 2025, right? Latinos been overpopulating New York and been living amongst us as neighbors and brothers and sisters since the 1960s. Right? There's no way in hell Latinos and blacks in New York City could be divided. Right? It's like, nah, we are the same. We go struggle, we feel the same pain, we eat in the same food, we shop at the same corner store, bodegas, right? So it's like it's
not just that,
unified. But when you go to other places like these small conservative sundown towns where me nor a Latino is accepted, then life get real dark. You know, life get real dark for us there, right? No matter how much we struggle in the ghetto, we're home, right? No matter how much we struggle in the ghetto, I'm daggone ghetto, you don't feel like a needle in a haystack, because if you struggling, more than likely your neighbors is struggling. You understand what I'm saying? So and that's what makes us relate to each other. That's what makes us even want to collaborate, right? Like, I understand your background, where you from, because I understand where the hell I'm from, right? So it's nothing for me to jump in the chat. Hey, yo, I'm loving your channel, sis. I want to collab. I'm in the city. What's up? Right?
Come on.
Get that for most established YouTubers. Most established YouTubers see a YouTuber coming up. I don't care if that person is their next door neighbor. If you don't have the motion I have online, I don't want to deal with you. Right? I don't want to feel like I'm giving you something you can't give me. Right? And that's where a lot of the beef come from online, right? And I don't want to stray too much from the topic. You know, I like sticking to the video title, right? And
you did. After party,
sidebar. We call that sidebar, bro. You good, bro? Sidebar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I was already I wasn't doing
good. But this dope conversation that we
hey, thank you for going live, Roberts, too. I gotta definitely give you a shout out real quick. I appreciate you, because I was still up. I said, man, I know somebody gonna turn up. Where y'all at? And boom, oh, hell yeah. I said,
right. I appreciate you, bro. And this is a dope conversation, because it all goes back to the video title, right? And it's all about knowing your roots and your people and those that you live around, and finding that solid support system, right? You got so many single mothers that's online, that's struggling, that's trying to find a way, right? Like, maybe they live in check to check, whether it's a 9-to-5 check or a fucking welfare check, it doesn't matter, right? These single mothers is living check to check, and they trying to find a way out of their struggle. A lot of them turn to social media, right? A lot of them is home. They got multiple kids, and it's like, how can I make an honest living, a consistent living, and still give my kids the education they deserve, right? Give my kids the education the American government say I need to give them, right? And that's enrolling them in a decent public school system and keeping the bills paid so they have food, clothing, and shelter. You know, a lot of young women that's single mothers and don't have much time outside of the kids, they turn to TikTok, they turn to Instagram, they turn to YouTube, right? How can I create content every day and still be here for my kids, right? I don't have money for a daycare. Social service won't pay for a daycare. They say my baby daddy make too much, but this nigga is non-existent in my life, right? So it's like, how do I make money stuck at home? And a lot of these women turn to social media, right? So that I understand about.
Hey, let me add on to that too real quick. I just got an epiphany. They turn to either social media or social service.
Right, bro. And the sad part is we got these politicians is destroying the public benefits institutions like social service, like public housing, right? Like, they destroying these systems, right? It's going to come a time where the United States government tell these single mothers there's no more food stamps. There's no more, like, that's going to come at some point in America.
I think it's already happening, my brother. It's kind of you speaking real soon, like now.
Right.
Yeah, it already occurred. It actually already occurred. Trump's getting rid of food stamps, bro.
Right, bro. So I can understand the desperation that mothers like a Miss Shirley may have. You understand what I'm saying? Like, how do I get through this hard time, overcome, make sure my kids is good and the bills is paid, right? So sometime a lot of these mothers, they like, I always tell my subscribers, desperation is the worst form of motivation. We always make the wrong decisions when we're desperate, right? When we feel like we need this now, I have to do this or the world will end, right? So sometimes we can make the wrong decisions even though our heart is in a good place, right? And sometimes it falls on the kids. The kids reap the consequences of our decision making, right? Right. Even though Miss Shirley is making money, even though her daughter is a superstar, nobody's thinking about the mental health issues that little girl may have for the rest of her life. What if this attention she's receiving now die out soon and she don't know how to go back to an ordinary girl doing homework and doing house chores? What if she don't know how to go back to that, right?
She hasn't started yet.
Yeah, exactly. But in her mind, she's on top of the world. How old is that little girl? 5, 6?
4. She ain't even 5 yet. She should be coming. I think she should be turning 5.
And she have the world attention. What is going to happen to that little girl mental? What is going to happen to her emotional state when all of this attention is gone and her and mommy is living an ordinary life, right? Like, that can cause a child to act out. That can cause a child to do unhealthy things, right? Things that they perceive will get them that attention they used to have, right? It's, and I met a lot of young girls like that. They grow up to be teenage moms. They grow up to be promiscuous. They grow up searching for love in all of the wrong places.
And that's the same thing that was mentioned in that video. Like, a lot of people are saying the same thing. It's going to backfire. All this, everything he's saying, like, the mom is going to reap it. She's not going to realize it until it's too late. So he is pointing at a lot of key points, though. And he's getting to a lot of the roots that a lot of people ain't talking about, though. We're talking about Luna Shirley, but we're not getting to the root of the problem.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is no conversation. Was you finished with the Nique video? Or was
I wasn't gonna play the whole video because I can't play she's a monetized content creator. I know that's just gonna hit me before playing the whole video like that.
Nah, what it is it don't matter if they're monetized or not, but you don't want the video to play more than 2 or 3 minutes without pausing it and giving it a few minutes of commentary. Right. So if you're getting copyright strikes or copyright claims on videos, it's because you're not giving it enough commentary. Right. So you can play the whole video. You just want to pause it enough and give it dope ass commentary. Don't let the video play for 5-10 minutes without pausing.
I was doing it like that because I wanted people to get better understanding,
bro. I know that.
Yeah, see, so that's the goal. You can react to whatever you want to react to unless they specifically don't want you to react to it. But a copyright claim don't hurt your channel. Copyright strikes do, right? So copyright claims is YouTube letting you know, we know you don't own this content. So if you make money off this video, it's going to the original content owner. Right,
different
the rules, but if you give it enough commentary, you won't even get enough copyright claim because YouTube is going to say she talked so much over Nique at Nite video. There's no way in hell we could give Nique this money. She made this original content, right? Like she had so much of her own opinions on this Nique video. It's an original piece of content, right? See, so that's the problem. You just want to pause it more often than you are not. You know, that's all.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Yeah, because it's like this is really like this is a good topic that she brought out. I mean, we've been talking on it for a good minute, and I knew she had already spoke on it, but
Right.
she's bringing out more details, and like you can see the videos of because I couldn't do that the last time I was reacting to Pink Lessons book. But like another thing that I wanted to bring onto this, right? It is already bad enough how the division is amongst us, right? How they divide us within the skin of our color. I mean, the color of our skin. My bad, I said that backwards. But y'all understood me. But
I still got it. That's crazy. I understood what you were saying too, no doubt. That shit was crazy.
I think it's really fucked up, right? Because me as a Puerto Rican, right, as a Puerto Rican woman, I have a daughter that's an Afro Latina. Whether people like it or not, yes, she falls under that umbrella. You see where I don't, my daughter does. Because at the end of the day, right, my daughter, right, brings out what's inside my veins, and people don't even realize that I'm 60% black inside my DNA. It's African DNA. I'm a Taino. Whether they like it or not, that's what my family is.
Right.
And they go by it hard. So like when you look at my daughter, it represents everything. So at the end of the day, my skin may not show, see that I represent all those cultures, all them ethnicities. I look like my mom. But my daughter really represents what I am, and not just because her daddy is black. You see where I'm coming from?
Right.
But I tell people, I grew up in a community that when I was younger, I didn't realize, right, that we was, different cultures, different ethnicities. I thought we was all, just cool. We was a kid. We didn't know no difference of black and white, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, with beef and none of that. Not in this community. You see where I'm coming from? Not until I got older, and the crimes got worse, right? So I don't know if y'all heard a story, like shit got deep in this community when Ariana de Jesus got missing, that little girl that went missing. Then the cases of missing identity on, I think it was a few years straight where people was getting, unalived on Halloween. You see where I'm coming from? And all that, after all that, that's when chaos happened here. And that happened in between 2002 to 2016. After 2016, this community was different. So it's like bring it to the internet, like, oh, we gotta be, all the blacks on one side, all the Puerto Ricans on one side. Why? How does that help the kids that are in between?
Right.
A lot of us already got together. Too many blacks and Puerto Ricans together. Too many Dominicans and blacks together. Too many Chinese and blacks together. Too many whites and blacks together. How you gonna fix the kids that are in between, in the middle of this?
Right. You can't. It's kind of hard because if you keep the communities divided where we live, it's only going to make our children rebel, because at the end of the day, our children still go to school together, right? Like me and you may be from two different neighborhoods in the same city, but more than likely our kids are going to school together, right? No matter how me and you feel about each other, our kids are friends, and there's nothing we could do about that. You understand what I'm saying? They in school for 8 hours every day together, and on the weekends, more than likely, they hanging together, right? So it makes no sense to divide us, right? Like that will only tear the community up in the future and make our situations that we're currently going through, it will only magnify those situations if our kids aren't on the same page, right? Some of us aren't on the same page today, but our kids is doing a hell of a job at bringing us closer. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and like my oldest son, right? Like his girlfriend is a Puerto Rican chick from the Bronx. They went to school together. They went to college and got separated. They went to two different colleges and they back together now, right? My oldest son, right, more than likely will spend the rest of his life with a Puerto Rican girl from the goddamn Bronx, right? So, so it's like, what the hell, right? So we have to stick together. We have to rock with each other.
What that reminds me of? you saying that, right? It's crazy, right? Because how it brings my situation into it, right? But with mine, it shows my family karma, right? And but what I mean by that is, like I tell people, man, I find embrace, I find solace in this karma, right? I find embrace in it because it's like their grandmother, right? Their dad's mom, right? May he rest in peace. She's kind of like racist. You see where I'm coming from? Right. So she has an issue, right? And I got with a black man. So I've noticed something in how she tries to put both my boys against my daughter, right? But my boys love my daughter a lot. I'm gonna say that my middle child is her protector, right? And the oldest one, I think, will, take a bullet for both of them. You see where I'm coming from?
Grandmother. So you're talking about the grandmother
of I'm talking about the kid's grandmother, my boy's grandmother. Yeah. So see, I had two different relationships, right? But the first relationship, he's deceased. That's how I ended up in another relationship because, anyways, that's a different story. But my whole point with that, right, is that she didn't like the fact that I got with a black man and had a daughter with him, right? A lot of people didn't like that, and I didn't give a fuck because I don't see skin color like I tell people. I see the person inside of him. Right. So at the end of the day, right, she started saying a lot of fly shit. I started noticing a lot of stuff, so I started distancing not just me but my kids because I knew what was coming afterwards, right? My kids had to learn for themselves, right? And they've seen it little by little, right? Especially when they started getting judged by who they were dating and the color of their skin. And I said it real loud. And I got on social media because she brought this shit to social media one day. I was like, oh, this bitch want to bring this to social media. And I was young, mind you, back when early Facebook days. I was young. So she want to bring this to Facebook. Like, yeah, this was, before TikTok and all that started popping. My kids were still young. Like, I wasn't, like, I was just having my daughter. I was like 26. Around there, probably. I'm 35 now. Right. So, she started saying all this fly shit, and I was like, you know what? This is why this drug gonna be a karma. Your grandkids, their whole life, they're gonna be dating black women. They're gonna marry a black woman. They're gonna have fucking babies by a black woman. And guess what? You're gonna have to deal with that shit.
Right.
Yo, ever since it's been hell for me. I don't give a fuck. Like, why are you so mad? What is the problem? You see where I'm coming from? And this is why I get mad. Listen, my kid's grandfather, right? Their dad's father, her husband, right, is dark as shit. And you got the audacity to sit here and talk about black men. You could take the black dick, but you can't fucking sit here and, how can I say, talk right about it. You can't talk, good about the person.
Shame on
I just don't understand that shit. I really don't.
Shame on him.
Right.
It's a shame. Such a shame. I'm sorry.
Because he's listening. Their grandfather is black as shit. If I was to show you your picture, you'll be like, no. I'm like, yeah, no, he's not African. He's not, from over here, not, African American. He's from Puerto Rico, a black Puerto Rican, looking like he's from over here.
Right.
So, like, don't tell me that we don't fucking carry the DNA. We come from black people. Is my whole point. Right. Puerto Ricans come from black people. Dominicans come from black people. It's in our DNA. 60% of our DNA. The other 40% is mixed up.
Right. Right. But I mean, believe it or not, whether most people agree with it or not, like the human race started with Africans, right? I don't care if you're Anglo-Saxon white from the Caucasian mountains of Europe. You come from black people, right? Even them, even the racists that say they hate us come from us, right? So that's not right. So that's like almost it's almost an oxymoron to hate us, right?
Yes, because you're basically hating yourself.
Right. If your origin, now, no matter where your immediate ancestors derive from, right? Now, my immediate ancestors, they came from motherfucking Charleston, South Carolina. God damn it, they were slaves. Right? But that doesn't mean I have to ignore my roots, right? My roots, which is my ancestors' ancestors, came from the western shores of Africa, more than likely Nigeria, right? So we have to understand that and respect that, right? I go to Africa at least once a year, every other year, and me taking this international trip opened my eyes to a lot of things, man. Like, I didn't realize how much of a piece of shit this country was until I started taking international trips. I'm just being honest. This is the richest country in the world.
Hold that thought. Wait, we gotta pray for Tyrone right now. We all know what happened to Malcolm X. You may continue. That was crazy. Wait, he got the juice right now, so he can spill it real quick. Hold on. I just had to pray for him real quick because we all know what happened to Malcolm X. He took that trip all over the world, came and told us.
Right. Man, Malcolm came back and said, "Don't call me Malcolm, call me Malik El-Shabazz," and they smoked him. Damn. God damn.
Real shit. Oh, man. He put the sound on.
Nah, rest in peace to Malcolm. Yeah.
Real shit. But people don't realize that shit. We repeat in history. Like, it's like these people, right, that we so-called say we respect, right? They became martyrs. I can't never say the word right. All right, so don't judge a shorty. And they sacrificed themselves, right? And they left the message behind us. And it's like, I swear to God, they swirling around in circles in their tombstone and their grave, because at the end of the day, we still don't get the message. And I know that there's a duality to everything. I know there's a yin yang in the world, right? All of us got good and bad in it. But at the end of the day, when is we going to wake up and smell the coffee? I know we're going to have ops, but we talk about making a change and making a difference, but we still make the same mistakes. We talk about Malcolm so much and, put him on a pedestal, but Jesus Christ, like, are we getting the message or not?
Right.
Like, we're doing the complete opposite. So how can we praise a man and do the opposite of what he's telling us? Because the message is right there. The answers we keep trying to seek is in our faces, especially right now through what we're going through. I'm not saying that we have to do it the way they did it back then. What I'm saying is that we keep bringing him stuff so much. Let's do exactly what he told us to do and see if it works this time. And if it doesn't, we know it doesn't. Shit, what we so scared of?
Right.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, all this going on, like, it's like social media, right? I know it's there. I know it has its pros and cons, right? And all this is leading still back to little Miss Shirley on this, right? Because y'all don't peep it. Social media is demolishing. It's taking away what the perception of a woman or a man is actually supposed to be, how we carry ourselves. This is what our youth is watching. And this is what they're mimicking. Then we turn around and say, what's going on with the youth? What are we doing? We come online and do things we won't do offline, and then ask what they're doing. They see us do it. We think they don't see us. They see us.
Oh, they see us. Definitely.
Like, come on, let's wake up and smell the coffee. Like, this little girl, what the mom is doing is going to backfire. It's like me sitting here exposing my daughter to the world and not expecting that my daughter is going to try to slap me in the face one day or try to be in competition with me one day.
Right.
I did that. I created that monster. I need to take accountability, but we're not doing that. We want to blame Cardi B for it, Krishan for it, because Krishan's the one that's going, trending right now. Well, Krishan's doing it. It's okay for me to do it. Cardi B is doing it. It's okay for me to do it. Really stupid. So if Cardi said jump off the damn roof, you'll do it. Krishan said smoke some fucking fentanyl, you gonna do it? I'm sorry.
I couldn't say shit. I was like, damn. I'm thinking like a motherfucker. Hey, she's not. Mama came out right there. I ain't gonna even cap.
That's so bad. Like, Krishan's another one. Women look up to her so bad, and I see it out here in the community. And I'm saying, I was like, you feel bad for Krishan? You wanted people to help her fix her life, and I'm sitting here like, she did that. So you're telling me you're gonna come around and do the same? Oh, but she's showing us.
That's why.
What? Showing you do what?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm saying here, her child has issues right now. Nobody's talking to that. Y'all called CPS, but sat here and fucking sugarcoated what she's still doing. Y'all doing the same thing. Oh, she's covering up by going to church. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all cover it up by going to church, blaming God for all the problems around you and the devil for all your mistakes.
That's a fact. That's a
That
fact.
is a
That's
fact.
exactly what most of us do. Sit all goddamn week and go to church on Sunday and pray about it. Yeah.
They ask me
Yeah.
why I don't got a
Right.
religion. Like I don't have a religion because I believe in God, nothing more, nothing less.
Right, sis.
I'm not going to
That's
church to
right.
get judged.
And you're
Like
wrong
I
for
want to
that.
learn.
Come on,
Like
man.
either teach
Come
me
on, man.
or I'm gonna watch a novella here on fucking YouTube or on fucking Telemundo.
Well, truth be
Pick one.
told,
Right.
family. Truth be told, family. Let's always be real with it. I don't know if y'all had read that word, but however, it does state that you really are actually the church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They threw that in there for a money grab. That's just another way of hustling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
You s-
because technically the church is not supposed to take money from people. They actually supposed to help people. They're supposed to give people clothes and give them shelter. But do y'all see the
Right.
church doing that? Or did
Right. Nope. Nope. And
You see
that's
the person driving around in guns and shit.
reason.
We
And
got
that's
the
the
hold on
exact
one second, real quick. I'm so sorry. We got the beautiful Selena in the building, guys. Make sure y'all go check her
Hola,
out. Great
Selena.
interviews,
Hola.
great content, great conversations, and great topics. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. My bad. I'm so
Definitely gonna tap
sorry.
it.
I didn't mean to
No,
cut
you
you
good.
off.
You good.
Nah, that's
No,
my
you good.
sis. Hey sis, what's goody? Nah, but
So,
you definitely hit it on the nail, sis. You definitely
man,
hit it on the nail.
cooking.
Yeah. That's why I was like, yo, it's like
Deep frying. No,
I
you know what?
wanted more
Hey,
men. I wanted
I ain't
more
gonna
men to
cap.
give their
Artist for life,
input,
you deep
man.
frying right now. You really deep frying right now. You know what I'm
Fact.
Men be so scared to come up and speak on these topics. I was like, man, like, what's up? Like, y'all can't say y'all men are scared to speak on these topics. Y'all want people to talk on. I'm like, we bringing them on. Come up. So I gotta give y'all the props, yo, because a lot of men on social media do like they don't come up. Like, I was like, damn, come on, add on to it. Like, give y'all perspective.
Yeah,
Right.
hell yeah, it's a must. Yeah,
It's
we
a
can't help it, but
needed.
that's what I was gonna say earlier. But this is what I was gonna say earlier too. Like once you start going to the deep frying mode and you breaking that shit down, it's irrefutable truth like that. Can't nobody contest that. You know what I mean? That's why I be trying to stay to like when I join the panel or when I go up, I try not to be on no contentious type of shit. I'm just trying to have an open mind to understand where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to pull up on people that have like minds, like mine. You know what I mean? Because I want to
Oh,
be
I
able
know
to,
y'all will
you
pull
know,
up. I was saying
make
in
my
general,
people
and I was
deeper.
just using y'all as an example. That's it. I know y'all will pull up. I'm talking about.
Yeah. I appreciate that, but it made me. I had to segue that because it stands with it. It falls in line with the same thing. You know what I mean? Because you got to take that into consideration when you visiting people panels. You want to make sure like you're not up there and y'all up there just shooting the shit, but at the same time, it's not having no direction. Yeah, I like
Right.
when people have topics, direction, and what they're doing and where they're going with it. Because most of the time, I'll be on the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I relate. Real talk.
Facts. What Selena said was good, Tyrone.
I'm doing great, Miss Lady, man. This is a dope conversation, man.
Hell yeah, y'all energy.
I just want Miss Shirley Mama to get it together. I'm gonna be honest. Like I respect the fact that you getting your money, but you have to give a F about what your daughter may be going through mentally or emotionally, right? You have to give a F about what her future may hold for her. You have to think about what all of this attention may do to her, right? Like this attention, a lot of people don't pay attention to the attention that some of us get online, but it can be addictive, right? Your online activity can very well be the very thing that destroy your own life, right? And if you're not disciplined with your online activity, right? If you're not a parent, right? And like really giving an F about what your child is doing online, it can be perceived as something that's weird, right? Now, I'm not faulting the little girl for what she's doing because she's a minor. That falls on a mother. But at the same time, I'm not completely blaming the mother because I don't see the little girl doing too much that's flagrant, right? She may be dancing to a popular song, But when it comes to gyrating your hips, when it comes to wearing mini skirts and things that grown men is attracted to, that's the problem for me. That's the problem for me. I don't have a problem with your underage daughter dancing, but I have a problem with your underage daughter dancing if she's dancing like a grown woman. I don't have a problem with your underage daughter. I don't have a problem with what she's wearing, but if what she's wearing is things that an adult would wear only, then yeah, I have a problem with that. That girl is 4 years old. I think I saw her in a fucking mini skirt and fucking cowboy boots and a goddamn hat. Do you know how many men in America is attracted to goddamn mini skirts? Do you know how many PDF files reside in America? Like grown men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s attracted to underage kids? So even though my daughter isn't breaking the law, even though I'm not breaking the law by allowing my daughter to dance to these songs online, even though I'm not breaking the law and it's allowed, it's okay. It still shows poor judgment on me as a father if I know PDF files exist in America and they're at an all-time high, and I'm allowing my daughter to dance and gyrate her hips the way a grown woman would, right? And that's where the problem come in at for Miss Shirley mother, right? It's not about what your daughter is doing. It's about who's watching her. You can't control who watch your daughter. So why would I have my daughter doing crazy shit like twerking? Why is my daughter doing TikTok twerk challenges? Why? I know PDF files exist and there's some grown man somewhere looking at my fucking child. It shouldn't be okay. And that's the issue with Miss Shirley mother. When are your motherly instincts going to kick in? When are you going to say the money I get from social media isn't worth my daughter's soul? When is she going to say that? The moment she realized that, it is the moment she will realize, hey, this isn't it. We need to revamp, maybe curate some of this content and try to figure out how we can create new pieces of content we can do long term. Because Miss Shirley can't dance to Boots on the Ground for the rest of her life. What is she going to do when that song isn't it anymore? What is Miss Shirley going to do when that song is played out and nobody's listening to it no more? What is that little girl going to do with the rest of her life? And that's something I don't think her mother is thinking about. But I digress. I think I said too much.
No, you good. Let's we got only Tyron. I'm dead. Oh shit! Wait, I thought I was him. Like, wait, that was the little damn soundboard again. I'm dead. Wait a minute, we got the beautiful Selena in the building.
Hey sis, I'm so sorry.
Hey, Tyron. Hello, the other gentleman on the panel. Thank you for having me up, writers. You've always been a very gracious guest on my panel, and I was just like, I'm gonna just come up here for a few minutes. But I think me and you were talking about this on my panel before, with about Miss Shirley, and I was saying that her parents are responsible. I agree with Tyron. Her parents are responsible for her even being so exposed like this. What they should understand is this is a dangerous world, and I'm pretty sure they're aware of it. However, they seem to be very lenient with this because they feel like it's just dancing. But because we're living in such a sick world with a lot of sick women and men mentally, that have the P word behavior, it is just not good for a child that early to be exposed and being out here showing, her little body and moving around like a grown woman. I
Right.
just think that is just she's too young for that. And most of these young ladies, they get into these dance groups and they are looking like grown women. They're wearing full makeup, they're wearing weave with lace fronts, their dancing is very sexual. I mean, and this is not what little girls should be doing. And like I said, even some of these dance groups, they do too much. So I think parents just need to protect their children a little bit more. Back when I was coming up in the 90s and stuff, we were children. We enjoyed being a child. I'm so glad I didn't have to grow up fast. I was playing with Barbie dolls probably up till I was in junior high school. That's just how it was. But a lot of these girls are growing up really fast, and some of them have to because of their parents being irresponsible or lack of parenting or whatever. But I just feel like these kids are growing up too fast and they're not able to enjoy being a child.
Right.
So that's my kind of take on it.
You are so
Let's
right,
go.
sis.
Yeah,
You are
I
so
just
right.
really hate this. I really
Facts.
Shout out
hate
to
this.
Nique at night. Shout out to Nique at night. This is a dope topic. I love it.
That's true. I'm glad she
Let's
broke it
go.
down like this, and she got the like she took the time, like she really did her research on this before
Really
she even
did.
brought it out there. And I'm glad she did that because that's one of the things that made me hesitate in the beginning to even speak on this topic. Because, like I tell people, right, to call CPS on somebody that's on social media, right, you would have to actually know that this child is actually going through something, not because they're going through some dances. That's why I was like, I'm glad Nick at Night broke it down, and I think it was Pink Book Lessons,
Yeah.
another one that broke it down. So if it wasn't for them two, I wouldn't have gotten as much detail because, like I said, like this whole year, like before when I first started YouTube, I was able to sit here and do videos like she's doing. I'm not able to do that no more, especially with my daughter. So it's a little different. So I'm like, I appreciate her bringing out the content and me being able to review. And like, I'm like, I do these panels like this because I want to get people to come up. I'm like, these are the type of topics everybody keep asking for. I was like, let's talk about it. Like, if not, I'll do these things by myself, as y'all can see, because like I got a lot to say on it, especially me having hood conversations with a lot of people in my community. So it's kind of like, yeah, let's talk about these topics. Like, I know that a lot of bloggers, we got to realize Nick at Night is a journalist. So she's able to sit here and even pull up certain things that I can't even pull up. She's certified for that and she's able to get it. I can't pull up certain information. I have to pay for that. You see where I'm coming from? And it's going to cost me more than what it's going to cost her.
Right. I'm glad you brought up Pink Book Lessons. I love that YouTube channel, Pink Book Lessons. I'm a YouTuber and over 90% of my subscribers are women. So I talk about topics that interest women, right? My main target audience is people that's interested in celebrity couples, So I talk about Krishan Rock and Blueface every day because they're a black celebrity couple that trend every day, right? So I talk about them a lot because they're a celebrity couple that trend every day. But I talk about all celebrity couples. I talk about black love, traditional love. That's my target audience on YouTube.
I like your input on Remy and Pep.
Yeah,
input on Remy and Pep.
and I have a panel full of women.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, real quick segue, sidebar. Riders for Life did start a series It's called the Remy and Papoose Saga. Y'all can watch volume 1 through 4. Tap into her channel. Make sure y'all subscribe, and definitely just do the replay, gang, and smash that like up, because
Yeah, yo, I like
she
that. I saw that Remy and Pat series, bro. I definitely saw that. What I want to do is, I think maybe before the weekend is out, sometime tomorrow or Monday when I come home from work, I want to react to one of her videos from that Pap and Remy series, because they are a trending couple right now. And I saw bits and pieces of one of her videos from that when I was at work, and I was like, wow, I should react to one of these. I'm glad you mentioned that, bro.
No doubt, bro.
Who like what from y'all point of view with y'all being men? Well, first of all, can I even talk about that, Rachel, or you want to stay on the topic?
You more than welcome. Well, listen, it's the after party.
Oh, okay. Now I wanted to know from y'all men's standpoint, like what did y'all who fault do y'all think it was? Do y'all think it was both of their faults? Because when I looked at it at first, I thought they was the I would say one of the best couples, but you never know what these people are going through behind the scenes. I mean, you know, I want to know what y'all think about that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, brother. I'm gonna let you go first. Go ahead, bro.
All right. From my perspective, as a content creator, right? I'm not faulting one or the other for why their marriage fell apart, right? Because it takes two to get married, it takes two to get a goddamn divorce, right? Like that, like let's just right. But it I can't blame neither one, because I'm from New York and I know they marriage been fell apart years ago. I know Remy and Pat marriage was over at least 5 years ago. They was just living together, but they were separated. They've been doing their own thing. They've been doing their own thing. They haven't slept in the same bed in about 4 fucking years, maybe more.
What?
Right? So if the marriage is like that, right? We both agree this marriage is over, but we also understand neither one of us can completely just walk away. We might have business together we have to finish. We might have contracts we have to fulfill, right? What if a relationship fall apart in the middle of this couple filming for a reality TV show, or this country, or this couple sponsoring a product or a service, right? At that point, they have to put their personal issues to the side and fulfill these contracts. You understand what I'm saying? So some celebrity couples is forced to live together and play the part like all things is happy and we're copacetic, like the relationship isn't over, right? Sometimes they have to do that. So I understand that from celebrity couples. What I don't understand is, why did Papoose stick around for so long, even after the business, even after they fulfilled their contracts as a couple, right? They had they was on Love and Hip Hop, right? Papoose was getting sponsorship deals with the Black Love brand, which means them as a couple had to wear maybe certain outfits or certain shirts. Maybe they had to promote a specific product or brand.
Oh, that's why they was dressing kind of corny on that show. Okay, that makes sense, bro. Thank you, because I was wondering about that. Like, man, what the fuck you got on, man? What the hell?
Like, as a celebrity, they're getting paid to wear the clothes they wearing, right? So like a lot of people ask, how is Krishan making money now that Blueface isn't home and they doing reality TV? But you got to remember, this girl is making daggone 6 figures just wearing Fashion Nova clothes. She don't have to do nothing. She makes 6 figures a year just wearing Fashion Nova clothes, right? So, and as long as she go live on one of her social media accounts at least once a month, she fulfill her contract. She don't have to get out the fucking bed in the morning. As long as she go live wearing something from Fashion Nova once a month, right? Like, she's okay in life.
I have a question. But wouldn't that make her a model and not an influencer? Why they call her an influencer? I'm confused. Wait a minute.
I mean,
What the influence
you
is.
don't have
I
to
guess
be
that's what the key word of
you don't
influence come in at, I guess. If you want
Yeah,
to,
you don't
be
have
kind of technical with
to
it.
be so popular to be an influencer as long as you're influencing, right? So, like, the influencer term, I just think is oversaturated because we're all influencers in our own right, right? If I have a subscriber base, right, a few women that's following me, right, regardless of what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, what platform I'm on, if I have a cult following that's here for me, that's here for my personality, that's here for my point of views, then this is an audience I can take anywhere. I could take them to YouTube, I could take them to Instagram, TikTok. If I put out a product, I know this audience will purchase it, right? If I have a fucking paywall like a Patreon, I know they're gonna sub up over there, right? Because I built this audience to love on me and I'm loving on them. So no matter where I go, the audience is going to follow me, right? And that's the hardest thing to do as a content creator or an influencer. But as long as I got that, I'm an influencer, right? Right. Like, as long as I can influence you, I'm an influencer, right? So it's kind of hard, with people like the likes of Krishan Rock or even Cardi B, right? Cardi B is in a sloppy divorce right now, and this sucker ass nigga is asking for spousal support.
Oh shit! Wait, what?
Come on, brother. Damn.
I'm just being honest.
You ain't know? Oh, you ain't know writers? Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Like, I'm just being honest. You got sucker niggas
that
like this exist in the world that make it hard for traditional men that provide and protect and love on their women and take care of the household and keep the bills paid. Like, a nigga like Offset make it hard for a nigga like me.
Me too.
I'm just being honest.
You should say us, my brother. Shit.
Yo, but it shocked me because he said,
Not you, Tyron. You got all the ladies, so not you.
Oh, damn. He trying to act like he one of us. Oh, shit.
Look.
Hey, but real talk. Can I also expound on the question real quick, too, also?
Oh, yeah. I would like
this
for
point.
you.
But we definitely got to, you know what I'm saying, stay on, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so my thing with that is this. My blame primarily is like, it's split. It's not like all the way Pap's fault. It's not all the way Remy's fault. I feel like it's like I'm gonna go with Remy on the 75% aspect of it. Reason why I said it is this. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Okay, please let me expound. Remy had been falling out of love with Pat Poose a long time ago. You know what I mean? When she was telling bro to sit back, to fall back, hey bro, you ain't gotta come here every day. When she told him that day she was supposed to genuinely let him know, be direct, be harsh. I don't give a fuck if she spit on the nigga. But she supposed to tell him, yo, bro, I'm not feeling you no more. This shit is over. I know we got a baby. We gonna take care of our baby. Ain't no problem. You do you. But I can't fuck with you, and I don't plan on fucking with you when I get out. I know you know that, right?
Wow.
Look him straight in the eyes. Look him straight in the eyes and tell him that.
Now, this is...
She didn't do that.
I kind of agree with you, bro. But what if she didn't feel
that's
like
why, that's why, and hold on, one more thing. Hold on, one more thing.
I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this guy.
Wait a minute, but hold on, wait a minute. Also, Pat Poose 25% on that aspect, or is it 35%? My fault. Pardon me on the numbers, but anyway, his percentage goes off on the situation of him not paying attention to the direct signs of disengagement. You know what I mean?
Right.
He ain't pay attention closely to that. He didn't see the clear pattern up front as he was supposed to. Now, don't get me wrong, him shaking Easy the Block Captain hand, he already kind of knew that. He should have just not shook his hand, because when somebody comes, you could not shake their hand. You could side a nigga, slide a nigga, curb a nigga. It's all type of other ways you could not engage with a person that that's being snaked. You know what I mean? Right. So that's why I balanced that blame out. And I can't. It's him for letting it go on, and her also for not telling him directly up front when it was over with completely. You know what I'm saying? Versus them doing business. Now business, that's a different thing. We'll talk about that. Look,
right. Now, Easy the Block Captain. I fuck with Easy. That's my boy. I fuck with Remy.
Right.
Remy have a female battle league called Chrome 23. I'm very much into battle rap, and I follow battle rap. I'm a real supporter of Remy and Easy the Block Captain, right? I know all three of them in real life, right?
But respectfully though, bro, from a standpoint of me being who I am, I'm just saying.
Remy Ma, right? I'm standing, right? I have to stand with Remy on this, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? It's
go ahead.
Remy was the breadwinner the whole relationship, right? If I'm going to be honest, right?
Really?
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you.
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that, brother. I'm sorry. I can't agree with you on that.
All right, so it was Remy Ma hit records that kept the bills paid. Let's be honest.
And he wrote, bro. He wrote them though.
No, I'm talking about. He only wrote whatever.
Come on, brother.
If he wrote anything, then he wrote whatever she did after prison. They ain't have that long of a relationship before prison for him to write anything. She had Conceited. She had Annie Up, right? She had all of her classics that she still performed to this day was before Papoose. It was before prison, right? Now, Pap was in her life before she went to prison, but her hit records, that first album, which is her hit records, that first album, she ain't no Papoose. She's performing records from her first album today when she get booked for a show. That's what's making her money. So if Papoose did write anything, it would be Lean Back, right? With fucking Fat Joe. But even that,
the biggest record she ever did.
But
let's be clear.
Right.
That's the biggest record she ever did, bro.
So I'm gonna be clear. As a husband, it's my fucking job to write my wife music. I don't give a damn if she needs one song, a whole goddamn album. As a husband, knowing my duties is to provide and protect, I'm here for whatever my fucking wife need in the moment. As a husband, if I know my wife didn't list me as songwriter or give me credits on this song or album for whatever reason, maybe I told her, hey, yo, babe, I don't want that. I don't need no credit. I know one of your legacies in this business is I'm the only bitch in rap that write her own shit. If that's your legacy, then as your husband, even if I wrote all this shit, I'ma never say I wrote it. I think it makes me feel less of a man if I agree to some shit in marriage and then in divorce, I go against my word. Right? So if I'm telling my wife, don't put me in the credits. If I stay in this marriage for 10, 20 fucking years and I'm writing all of her shit and she never put me down on paper as a songwriter, then that says I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the world knowing I didn't write this shit. Or I did write this shit, rather, right? I'm okay with the world knowing I didn't write none of this shit. So why in divorce would I then turn around and say, well, I wrote all your shit?
Because she shitted on him, bro. You didn't hear all the shit she said about the dude, bro? Come on, bro. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I'm tripping right
I
now,
think
bro. I
what
think I'm
I
tripping
think
right
what I think what Tyrone is trying to say is that Papoose,
now.
right? He should have just stood quiet, right? If he was right in
No,
this
no, no.
whole
I know what you're trying to
situation.
say. I don't think that was.
I
I don't
don't
agree with
know.
that. I don't.
Am I
I
wrong,
don't agree with that
Tyrone?
because simple fact of the
Yeah.
matter, I don't. My thing with that is this, right? Check this out. If you work in a job, right, which is let's be all the way clear. You work in a job. Your job is rap, right, right, right.
Right.
You got to go to this job. You sign up for this shit. You sign a deal with Fat Joe. Boom. You had to do what you had to do. All right, we get it. Now come along, Papoose. He come. He there with you. You end up catching that case. You go to jail, whatever, however it go. You said, oh girl. You said primarily he may have wrote lean back, right, right, right.
Right.
Irregardless to all of that, irregardless to all of that, him doing his husband duty. You signed up for this deal. You got in there. The guy was doing helping the management, or he probably participated in writing. It's nothing wrong with you accommodating or commandeering your dude when he take care of his business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's where I'll fault Remy at, because I feel like Remy outed him first. When Remy outed him first, that's when all systems was go. Like, no,
All
you
right.
drew
Got
first
it. Got
blood.
it.
Hold
Got it.
on,
Got
brother.
it.
Hold on, brother. Hold on,
Got
hold on,
it.
hold on. Hold on, hold on. So first you assassinate his character. You call him a bum. He ain't never did shit. You pay for all of this shit. He pawned your shit, stole your shit. Damn. How you go from being down with you all that time, y'all the ideal couple, and then you just shit on the man like that? Now I get if you disagree with him and you're like, man, that shit ain't cool. Man, him is over with. I ain't gonna even shit on him like that, but I ain't feeling embarrassed no more. I'm gonna tell y'all later, down the line when shit cool as prevail, when the divorce is finalized and shit. But as of you just going out just straight out in the nigga like that's held you down like that, I don't know, bro. That's not loyal shit, bro. That's
Nah,
kind
you're
of
right.
like
I agree with
that's
that. I
some
agree
shaky
with that.
shit, bro. They make Remy Ma look, bro, trust me, my nigga, I'm a Remy Ma fan, bro. I love Big Pun, my nigga. I listen to Big Pun, yeah, baby album every fucking day, bro, because that's like a classic. But
I
I
can't
just don't
dispute that
respect.
point. She
No
was out
doubt.
of pocket for bringing a shit public. You right. You right.
Yeah,
I
because
can't
she aired
dispute
the nigga
that,
out
bro.
like for no reason. That shit was
You right,
uncalled
my
for.
nigga.
Like,
Yeah.
damn.
My nigga,
I
you
never
right.
seen her like that, bro. I know she be cutting. I know Remy is cut though. I know she don't play, but damn, I'm pretty sure ain't nothing in this world that Papoose ever done that made him deserve that.
Right. Right. Because I'm
Cause he
not
got
gonna
Cause he
lie.
got
Papoose is not a social
Hold up.
media
I fuck
nigga.
with the 5% nation. I fuck with them brothers. I fuck with the gods, and I know the God gonna stand correct. You know what I'm saying? So nah,
Actual
bro, he
fact.
ain't gonna
Actual
no.
fact.
Word.
Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all insight on that. I
No doubt.
actually agree. Like I said, with kind of both of you on certain things. I think
Yeah.
in this
Cause I ain't gonna
situation,
lie, I
it
agree
was
with bro
both.
too on that aspect too. Of a man, I ain't gonna lie, he cooked on that. He
Yeah,
definitely
I
cooked on that
I
part.
think
I
it was
respect it.
both of them. I
Yeah.
think it was both of them, to be honest with you.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to both of y'all. Well, I gotta get ready to
Appreciate that.
go to bed. It's pretty late here in Texas, but I hope
Now you gotta
everybody
stay
has a
up. Now
nice
you gotta stay
night.
up. Now you gotta. Now you signed up for this.
Oh, it's pretty
Riders for
late in
Life got a
Texas.
you got a rule when you pull up on her panel, you don't go down before she go down. So you gotta stay up when Riders for Life
Lord,
go
He
down.
I
playing
can't
with you,
do
Selena. Dead. Wait a minute.
I can't
I had
do
to
it,
come back.
cutthroat.
No, I'm fucking with you. That's all good.
But anyway, I appreciate you guys. And Rachel, you're gonna have to show me how to do this with the StreamYard and putting it on YouTube live. I don't know how to do that. So I'm gonna have to get with
Post
you on
me.
that.
I got you. I
Okay.
got you.
Oh, what the
All right.
virtual?
The
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah,
to do that.
vertical rather. Yeah, vertical live stream.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, vertical.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
need
can
to
go in the settings and change it before you enter the studio. But yeah.
before I enter the studio. Okay.
Yeah, when you go in StreamYards, when you enter the studio.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh yeah,
before you
yeah,
enter the
yeah. I got
studio,
you.
you got your name, you got your picture, or your camera is on. You go in your
Right.
settings, you got your audio settings, you
Uh-huh.
got your camera settings, right? Right there is where you turn on vertical live stream or horizontal live stream. You want to pick one
Oh.
before you go live, but you can change that anytime you want before you go live. You have to do it before you go live because once you live, you can't change it. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Tyrone. Tyron. I always call you Tyron. Tyrone. I call you Tyrone. I call you Tyrone.
Don't worry about it. I've been
Tyrone.
called Tyrone ever since Erykah Badu made the goddamn song. Don't worry.
Man, bro, she put you on. Hey, she put y'all on the map, though. I don't even cap. That was a good shout out.
Nah, she put us on the map, but I was stupid. I was young and stupid back then. I should have started a moving company. I should have started Tyrone moving company. You heard? Because she was saying I want to help you come and pack your shit. I should have started a moving company when the song came out. I would have been rich already. I would have been rich.
You can still be rich, bro. Get her to sponsor you, G. Hit her up, man. You can still do that shit.
Well, Tyron and Racheal and I think you. What's your name? Cutthroat. Is your name?
It's
Cutthroat?
Mouthpiece.
So that's
It's
Mouthpiece.
now. No, it's not Cutthroat.
That's Mouthpiece, aka David Banner.
Mouthpiece.
AKA brother Umar Johnson, AKA Dr. Umar Johnson.
Nice. AKA David Banner.
Peace and peace.
I would love. When I have open panels, I would love for y'all to come up and have a conversation. Tyron's been over there a couple of times
I'm definitely
on my
pulling up.
platform.
I'm gonna subscribe to your channel.
Okay. I appreciate you.
The chat, that'd be dope.
When you going
Yeah,
live?
drop it in the chat. I got you.
Okay. All right. I'll thank you so much. I'll see y'all later. Okay.
Okay, Queen. Blessings on blessings. Queen, have a blessed night.
Guys, make sure y'all go check out Selena, yo. Great interview, great content.
Oh, no doubt.
Selena.
Hey, she Latino?
I'm about to start pre-recording soon, ladies. So ladies and bro.
No doubt.
What you call it? I'm not gonna be up much longer. In the middle of the night, I like to pre-record. So like these hours, if I'm up early before work, I might go live, but usually I would pre-record. So it's a live stream. I just don't have my audience, right? So I'm doing everything I would do on my live stream, and then I would post it while I'm at work. So I'm at work and I have a video premiering because I took the time to record it when, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm about to do soon. But this was a dope conversation, man. This was a dope conversation.
Oh, right. That's why I told you right for life to show the strong way, not the wrong way. You already know.
Yeah, yo, definitely, bro. I gotta tap into you, though.
Likewise. Likewise, you too, bro. I'm definitely gonna build with you. You already know.
Yeah, yo, we gotta tap in, bro. Word, yo. I like some of your point of views, yo. We gotta build.
Man,
word, most definitely.
And make sure you DM me. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to my baby pops and we can link up.
Yeah, I DM'd you, so you should see like a hey or something in your chat, so you can see what my Instagram is. I've been following you though. Maybe we follow each other. We just say no.
Yeah, I think so. We check each other out. Somewhere along the line, we bump heads with Empress in Philly.
Yep, yeah, but just hit me back though. But you said you near fucking Huntington Park. I'm right here. I'm only 2-3 train stops from Huntington Park. I'm right here.
You must be around Nicetown or something like that, or Juniata, somewhere around there.
Avenue bus station. You know, I'm the last stop on the Orange Line.
He said on the Orange Line. You're somewhere downtown.
No, uptown. I'm fucking all the way North Philly. I'm as north you can go.
Okay, he said train station. You around Kensington? Wait, I'm trying to figure out train stations. Wait a minute.
Broad Street. If you take the subway, there's only one subway in Philly. It runs from South Philly to North Philly. There's only one subway. The other train is an L, which runs above ground. The subway ground, which runs under Broad Street.
So I was right the first time. You somewhere around Nicetown.
I'm on Broad Street, the last stop, right? If you take Broad Street until you can't go no more, you on Cheltenham. You know where Cheltenham and Broad Street is?
Now you're being a little more specific. Okay.
You gotta watch your back out there. You know how it goes.
The last stop on Broad Street going north is Cheltenham and Broad Street. That's where I'm at. Yep.
You hear me? You right? You're not wrong. He's on the nicer area.
I'm outside of Philly. Like that's a new county. Like that's Montgomery County, right? So yeah, I'm the last stop going north. I'm as north as you can go in the city of Philadelphia, right? Yeah. So you take Broad Street to the top of Broad Street, and you at my house. Yeah. But yeah, this was a dope live stream. I love this live stream. I'm gonna definitely listen to the playback later on today. Hit me up though. Don't forget about me. Peace and love, ladies. Let me get up out of here. I gotta go.
Same. Appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all go check out Tyron Motif. If you into celebrity gossip, that's the channel to go. You will not be disappointed. But this was a dope life, yo, on some real shit, man. He over here denying that he fucking David Banner. That's some bullshit.
Man, no, ain't no denying. Ain't no denying. I'm from the
Watch him repeat it 3 times.
You ain't even know. You ain't know it. I played this music on my show too early. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said salute to my sister, Riders for Life. She said I look like David Banner, so you know I gotta play him right. Because I'm a fan. I said that too on God. I had one in.
That's what happens when you over here
checking
out family business for Orleans, and over here they telling about you look like Umar Johnson. I'm like, wait a minute, you look like somebody I was just watching on TV. He gonna show his face like, wait, I didn't even think about it. No, it was you had your little thumbnail on top of it. It was your picture on top of your little.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
That's what it was. I was like, no, man, he does not look like Umar Johnson. I was like, damn, he look just like the motherfucker I'm looking on TV right now. Like, wait a minute.
I ain't gonna even lie. I noticed that too a while back. One day I was looking and I was like, damn, man, dude kind of favor a little bit. Like we kind of got the same like.
Look like y'all related.
Like, you got a fade. Man, I don't know. We might be. It's possible.
You gotta question your daddy. Cause we know your mama. We got to question daddy over here. Like, we know who pushed you out.
I ain't gonna cap. I ain't gonna cap. My granddaddy though. Not my dad, but my granddaddy may have.
Uncle.
Yeah, he might be your uncle some shit. Yeah, facts. Oh, God.
Damn, you might not be wrong, because damn, the way you resemble that bull. And they say you got a twin somewhere. They say every celebrity has a twin, and I think David Banner doesn't realize you're his.
Oh, he about to see me in a minute. He gonna be like, oh shit. But no cap. That's a very good distinction on both of them because like, you know, it's a guy out here. He kind of emulated Dr. Umar. He got the voice too, but he don't got the look. See, and that's what I was. You know what I'm saying? I hate on him. I know he's doing this thing. Salute to that guy too because he did.
You can favor him a little bit, but no.
But you gotta also have it.
Creepy. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. Like when I
crazy.
saw your little video, I seen you in face. You cammed up and shit. You're not. I'm sorry, you hit more towards the Banner. Umar is a little more.
Right.
Listen, no offense towards the females that like Umar and think he's sexy and all that. To me, he's not.
It is something that do somewhere. Yep, I've seen it.
Like at times, I can see here he could clean up and look alright, but no. I'm like, if you want to say you look like a creep sometimes, or you know that, like, I'm like, no, I don't think so. But you feature a little more Banner, like I don't know what it is, like.
No. I think it's the dark skin. I think it's our dark skin. It's the dark skin in the face structure because our face.
Maybe without the glasses, you look a little different, but you feature the man. So.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
It's like somebody tried to tell me that my baby pops was looking like Rick Ross. I had to look at that shit. I was like, hell no. Like not even from the nose or nothing. I was like, it's crazy as shit. Y'all just relate somebody because of the skin of their color or because their head almost resemble. I was like, nah, see, all y'all heads resemble, but there's a difference and you look more towards Banner. So
yeah, no doubt. I agree.
I know you heard more women say it. The men may say you look like Umar, but that's the men. And I'm telling you,
no. Women say that too. No, women say both. They say both. They say the resemblance, the sound. Sometimes even when I get into my cook, when I start cooking, they'll get into that like, damn, that sounds like some shit he to say. So I can see some of the distinctions kind of play into each other. You know what I mean?
Because I was on the show to my baby pops the other day, but he had walked up to do the Uber Eats. I was like, yo, man, he looked like the bull. And then I had to search. I told you I had to search his name up. I didn't even know his name yet.
For real? You don't know his name?
I know his name, and I know a little bit about
David Banner's real name. I'm gonna tell you. David Banner's real name is Lavelle Crump.
That's not his real name?
Yep. No,
I
David
thought it
Banner
was
not his
David
real name. That's a
Banner.
stage name. No.
Oh shit!
No,
You taught
because
me something new.
now I gotta school. Now I gotta learn you though. Now I gotta learn you on David Banner. Now check this
See,
out.
my baby pops put me
David
on to
Banner.
him is my point. I didn't know that
Okay,
that
got you.
wasn't his name.
Oh, okay, got you. No, I'm just gonna break it down real quick. Okay, so his distinction basically comes from his moniker comes from the Incredible Hulk, which is Bruce Banner, which is Incredible Hulk, actual the
Get the
person,
fuck out of
right?
here.
Exactly. There we go. And then he copied that and he put David to make it more suitable with him, to make it like David Banner, like before he turned into the Incredible Hulk. That's why at first when David Banner first came out, he was on that Hulk shit, busting out the pants and all that shit, you know, doing like this Incredible Hulk, beast mode. And
I didn't
now,
know about that. I didn't know about that about him. I only know him
oh
because of the show.
yeah.
I've heard him in
He
rap
always was a
songs.
beast. And before he was David Banner, he was with a group called Cricket Letters. You know what I'm saying? From Mississippi. It was him and another dude that was dope as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. David Banner. I've been a David Banner fan for a long time. I fuck with David Banner. That's my guy.
See, but I've only known him within this past 2 years, so it's kind of like that shit threw me off. I was like, 'cause I'm watching the show Family Business New Orleans. That's what we watching now. So I was like kind of shocked. I'm saying here, I was like, we making a comparison, but this motherfucker over here on the damn TV screen. I was like, God damn. Then you had put up the little drop, and I was like, he take off his glass real quick and then put him right back on. I was like, no, you're not gonna sit here and tell me you look like Dr. Umar. I'm like, I'm not taking the opinion from the men. I want to hear the ladies.
Of course not.
Real shit. No men should give the opinion.
That's true though. That's true though.
Not on no romantic shit, ladies, just in case.
But they was low key. They be low key kind of throwing slugs though on the red side. So I people.
Yeah, because I was kind of shocked. I was like, God damn.
Because everybody look like somebody now. Don't trip. Everybody look like somebody. So they somebody gonna tell them the same shit. So it's all good.
No, because I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I had to look twice at both screens. Like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
For sure.
See, he's not from my generation. I heard of Bull from rap songs and shit like that. Then my baby pop started showing me different movies. I was like, I didn't even know I watched him in movies when I was younger. I was like, oh shit, like damn. Mm-hmm. So he's been somebody that's been out. It's just
his most iconic role to me. I ain't gonna lie, David Banner's most iconic role to me was the role he did up in what was that? Damn, what movie was that, man? Fuck. All right, don't get me wrong. The part he did in that movie with Black Snake Moan, that part was cool, but it didn't give him much range. He had like a little small part. I'm talking about the movie that he did like at least good. What was that? Was that movie with is that movie with is that with damn? Is that with Tyrese? Yeah, he did a movie with Tyrese. I forgot which one it was though. But it's all
like
good.
you asking wrong what?
No, I know. I ain't tripping. I don't remember it either, but it's all right. But yeah, anyway.
No, this is like it's crazy how famous he is, but he's not so popular. I'm a little confused. I'm like, for him to be in rap songs and shit like that, like I didn't even know of him. Like if it wasn't for Family Business again, I wouldn't have even remembered. If it wasn't for my baby pops, taking me down the rabbit hole, like, oh shit, he did this and he did that. I didn't even know. I didn't even know he did music. I didn't even know he did any of this stuff. So it's kind of like weird. Like it's how somebody's so famous, but a lot of people don't know of certain people. That's the weirdest thing ever.
No doubt.
Then when shit like this happens, deja vu. It's like, damn.
Yeah, I think the algorithm play a part in that too, low key. When you think about it, I think it's the algorithm as well, because it's like they pick and choose who they want people to really see and listen to. So that messes up an artist that's thriving or an artist that's out, that's emerging. It takes away from their reign or their notoriety or whatever. It don't give them the full look that they deserve, even if it's just a little small look of a new single. You know what I'm saying? They have to like pay for the promo. They have to find somebody that can put them. You know what I'm saying? That algorithm give them that extra boost. But also you can do it yourself. But you have to also build up your stage presence or the people seeing you like that in order for them to know about you and be aware of your single or whatever's dropping. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, the brother named Corporate. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Corporate, Chi-Town, salute. You know what I'm saying? He been doing this thing for a long time. He been doing Black Chicago Part 198. That nigga been doing millions of them videos. He got like 2.3 million, right? 2.3 million subscribers. Like he been doing this thing. So that's what it takes, that algorithm to get in that fold. Once you get that fold, it's over with.
Yo, did you said Chi-Town? Did you hear what happened to the young boy Jake from Chi-Town?
Yeah. Oh, that was fucked up.
That ain't nothing bad. I mean, it is kind of in a way because he put himself in
Yeah.
that
It
situation.
is messed up to
But
put himself in that situation though. Yeah.
I'm sitting here, it's like, is it like I understand he's famous and he's a celebrity, but it shows how the lack of fathers. There's a lack of fathers in these homes, right? And I don't know if it's really a lack of fathers. I don't know how to put this into words, right? But this young boy is only 19 years old to get himself caught up already in a situation where, you know, another young girl is exposing him, right, for cheating and doing this dumb shit. But I'm sitting here, I was like, it's crazy because of him doing this, right? It doesn't just show where, you know, I'm not going to say his parents failed. He's 19, but in a way they neglected something. You see where I'm coming from? Because it's like he's used to this. Only 19 years old. He's paying for little girls, you know, to come over. He has a girlfriend, you see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm sitting here, why pay for little chicks to, you know, to come, like, you're all the way, I guess, I don't know where the fuck he's at. I'm not sure if he's actually in Chi-Town, but I know he does the show, Chi-Town. You pay for a shorty from Philly all the way over there. I'm seeing him like, you spending that money in that instead of investing in shit. I'm like, this is showing you how families is not teaching general welfare, even with these celebrities. Like, you already famous. You see where I'm coming from? You're known for this little show, but now you're being exposed for being a cheater and an asshole. You see where I'm coming from? I was like, and not just that, like, this little girl made herself look worse. Like, look at how all this social media bullshit is. I'm saying, like, that's crazy. Because it's like, you're just starting your career in reality. Nobody really knows of you but because of this show. And that's one of the things that made that little girl go out there. And then that also exposes, like, we was just speaking about little Miss Shirley, boots on the ground, how she's just throwing her daughter out there to the dangers of social media, right? These little girls are going out there not knowing. Because what if that wasn't Jake from the Shy?
Man, it would have been a
See
whole
my
other
point
scene.
where I'm taking that?
Yeah.
Like,
It would have been a whole other way. Yeah.
All goes hand in hand. And it's crazy. Like, you just said the Shy, and it just reminded me, like, damn, I should have bought this earlier when I was talking about it. And I just, like, that shit didn't even cross my mind until now that you said that.
All right, that's how I be. That's how it happened. You know what I'm saying? The info just be, you just zoom in. You know what I'm saying? Get
All the way
a
towards
spark.
the end of this live, though. Like, I'm saying, I'm like, all the way towards the end. I was like, I needed this to be, like, triggered in my head when I was talking about it.
In the beginning, oh, damn.
I was cracking the fuck up right now. Like, damn. But shit happens for a reason, though. For real, if you look at it.
Thanks.
Because I know there's going to be another update on this mama. CPS being called. And that's a shame because look at how the urban community is looking, like, on social media. And we, like, expect for the government to look at us another way. We're making ourselves look like this. How we expect them to even do that? They're gonna fucking, hey, I'm getting money off of this, so fuck it. Y'all want to be guinea pigs? Let me put some more lab tests out there to see which one y'all fall for.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a shame that we're using our kids.
That's the war. That's exactly what I was speaking on too, about the war within us, man. Like, you know, it's been designed for it to make you go to your most vulnerableest point. You see what I'm saying? To whereas you're willing to shortcut any way you can. You know what I mean? Like, that is the same perception that they put upon on the Ghetto Project. You know what I'm saying? Strip your resources, fuck up your living environment. Don't give you as much, repairs and certain things. See how long you can last living in that, and see if you can make it up to be able to repair everything on your own. And that's the American dream right there. So that's like, come on, y'all. If you're willing to put in that work to take care of your business and get it done, then that's fine and all dandy. But then if you're not, and y'all like, come on, fam, don't knock a person when they do eventually come up, because that's the problem that we have in society as people trying to come up. Eventually somebody make it, everybody want to look down on that person, try to guilt trip them and shit, try to utilize them. But at the same time, if most people, prime example, Kendrick Lamar, we can add him to that. They'll give that money back. They'll bring the community up with them. You know what I'm saying? Be willing to take the time and do that. And it don't get representation. It don't get that love. It don't get that shout out. It's got to be some other shit going on that get more love. And that's what make all that gimmicky shit going on with the industry, and how these movies and these shows, they set up people to be on your channel and get a whole lot of millions and millions of views because they got the algorithm and they got the means to force these new cats on you. You know what I'm saying? they build them up and they put them right in your face so they can build them up. It's like they made that shit like a manufacturing thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially Zeus Network. We ain't gonna even talk about Zeus Network. We're gonna keep that, you know what I'm saying?
That's some real shit though. And like that's one of the reasons that I was saying because I know I heard you a little earlier talking about something similar, and it's crazy how your topic goes hand in hand with my topic.
It does. It definitely do. On the real.
So
yeah,
this is crazy.
That's that synchronicity. That's that synchronicity, family. That's when you know you're on the same wave. You know what I mean? Like I vibe with everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, some gems on that, like on some real shit though. Even though you know we get goofy on these lives, like people gotta realize like the gems be split. Gems be split left and right, like, and people don't even realize that part. They just want entertainment. It's like I don't mind it. See, I want to be entertained, but the entertainment that I want is not the entertainment that a lot of people are asking for. I don't want to sit here while I'm being entertained.
Thank you.
So I want to learn some shit, and in the process of, you know, I'm going to be entertained. I'm going to be entertained, but not by disrespect and bashing people. No, I'm like, I'm saying here that makes me no different than what I'm trying to change. At the end of the day, like I want to be entertained because at the end of the day, I do speak about this all day, and sometimes, you know, you just want to, how can I say, get away from not the positivity, but you know, have a little bit of giggles and laugh. Like you've already like seen enough.
Enjoy that.
Like,
Exactly.
Enjoy it, like, and that's why panels like yours, Word, and Nate the Greats and stuff like that come in handy. Like Bubble Speaks and stuff. I'm like Tyron and stuff like that because at the end of the day, we're not just sitting here. Okay, like see, my panels consist more of bringing awareness, right? Bringing solutions. But at the end, we can get goofy and stuff like that. But then we got your panels that in the process of, you know, you bringing the awareness, y'all being goofy throughout the whole thing. Y'all good at that. See, you got a gift for that. Some of us is not like that. Like I say, I'm a little more straightforward with things. I want to like.
You like to be a little bit more serious. Nothing wrong with that. You got to balance it out. That's the key. You got to balance it out. That's why I don't stray away from that neither. Don't get me wrong. I don't want every time because you know what? We got enough sad shit on YouTube. Like, let's keep it all the way 100.
Cry the whole time, like. That's like,
you know what I mean? Like, damn, how much more we complaining we gonna do?
Let's bring some fun to this shit. That's what I'm like. Like, listen, I'm not just a content creator. I like it entertained.
And see how far we can go with other intellect, and see if people are more in tune with intelligent retrospective of survival versus them having to do the savagery. You see what I'm saying? I want to put it like that. I'm gonna put it like that for now because I understand. I'm direct too. Don't get me wrong. I be cussing like a mug, but at times I like to speak my intelligence because sometimes when you cuss too much, people would think you ignorant as hell versus you speaking intelligent.
And I'm trying to stop that. It's not just that, but if you peep it though, what we're trying to do, right? If we're consistent with it, it's gonna draw the youthful attention. Because now we're switching up the traditional things that everybody got going, right? We know what it is because we're listening to them. In reality, I don't listen. If you peep and you pay attention, like I don't know, like wait, listen. I don't know how, you know, I think your kids are way older than mine, right? So I'm gonna put it like this, right? So I'm like, I don't know how to put this because your kids are way older than mine. I don't think your kids are around my kids' age at all. Wait.
Yes, they're grown. Yes, they're grown. Yes, all my kids is grown. I'm gonna put it out there and grow in there.
So my kids be out here, right, in the community, right? They're not really working yet. The oldest is 18. He's in the process of trying to get a job to fix him because he's autistic. So that's a different story. But the other one's 15, the other one's 8. You see where I'm coming from?
Yes,
and we need to sit here and realize, right? They're out here. So they're not just paying attention to what they're seeing us do through these social medias, right? They're paying attention to other people, right? But within these communities, right? If you got kids and you're out there with your kids, you actually not just seeing what your kids are doing, right? You're seeing what they're interested in, what draws their attention, the type of crowd they're into, right? What makes them mad, what frustrates them fast outside, right? Not just that, right? Like these kids, how can I say, if you listen long enough, you know what it is that they need within the community. So why not take advantage of these platforms, right? Bring awareness to that and do what y'all do in these process. Do these little games, have fun in the process, goof around, joke around. But people don't know how to roast. So I can't sit here and say, oh, like, you know, let's become comedians and, you know, No, because people don't know how to roast. Some people take it to the
No, they
left,
don't.
and that's
They
the
really
whole
don't.
point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let's have some fun. I've hit in panels. I've hit your panel. I've hit a lot of panels where I've seen people bring awareness and they sit here and they bring some fun to the panel, whether it's by making jokes or roasting each other. I'm sitting here, listen, I don't mind you roasting me. Like I laugh at myself if I bust my ass.
Hell
On my bike
yeah. Hell yeah. That shit funny. That shit funny. Yeah.
So it's
I
like
can't
I don't mind that, like, but my thing is now when we're taking it to the left and now we're bringing family or you're trying to bash something, that's a different situation. I was like, how am I laughing at this?
Right.
I was like, now that means that I'm laughing at my own, you know, at my own, how can I say it? At my own, I'm not gonna say destruction. At my own, you know, how can I say my own pain. It's my own pain. So that, I mean, whichever way you want to look at it, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, that's stupid. It's like me making fun of something that your child went through or your mother went through. That's where we go wrong at, and that's what I'm like. That's where YouTube and other. Now we're taking it to harassment, bullying, stalking, you know, doxing. I was like, that's where we think, you know. So we should keep these type of panels. I was like, and these panels get underrated and underseen because people. That's what I'm saying. People, it's us, the consumers, the viewers, right? So a lot of us are not just content creators. We're also consumers and viewers. What are we asking for? We're asking for the bullshit. We're asking for the drama because we missed those days where we was watching baddies and Housewives of Atlanta and, you know, bad girls clubs and all that. Now we even got bad boys club. You see my point? Like, it's to the point, like, why can't we just bring awareness and have some fun? Exactly. Because we can do all this. Y'all keep saying we missed this, but we trying to bring it back. But y'all want the bullshit in reality. It's like y'all want more caskets and more little kids sitting here disrespecting y'all. Y'all don't want to change
because it's all been monetized. Little do we have been, well, not little do we have been, but little do some of us know we have all been monetized. It's everything is monetized, like from your very breath that you breathe to you going on the internet to you whatever you do, you gotta pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is crazy because it's like, don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with a little, you know, monetary gain going on, you know, making it even fair tender, as they say in the old days, fair tender. Remember that word? But no, ain't nothing wrong with
monetized social media. Look at how I get copyrighted so fast. I was like, wait, when I wasn't monetized, I wasn't getting copyrighted so much. And they wasn't telling me to, you know, I gotta be careful with what I say. I was like, oh. I'm like, I'm not gonna be monetized.
That's that control. Yeah, that's that control shit, man. I be hating that, man. I don't like that shit either.
I was like, I didn't say shit wrong. I'm like, I really got a disclaimer. I'm like, a disclaimer after disclaimer. I feel like I'm in the lawyer's office and I gotta sit here and plead my case.
On the real.
I'm like, I ain't do shit wrong.
And it make you feel, and then you start feeling like you became like a damn commercial almost, because now you can't promote your real opinion or how you really feel. You gotta like shadow that through some other shit and like kind of come, like, it's kind of crazy because it's like, yeah, I can promote brands. Okay, all right, bet. Y'all want me to kind of dumb down on, you know, saying certain words? All right, I can do that. Cool. But damn, hold up now. Now y'all talking about I can't play no music. I can't. So it's like, thank God for that brother Tyron too, man, for telling us about the way you could do that, because I never really got the concept all the way. And it's good. The energy had permitted him to say that because I really needed to know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. It was on my brain. I think he felt the century. I was like, damn, how the fuck can I do that? And that's what happened. It's crazy.
I don't mind stopping the cussing, right? Because my kids sometimes watch the videos, right? I know I gotta stop it, right? But I tell people, I am like who you see me here on the way you see me here on this platform is who I am behind the scenes. I don't change who I am just because I'm going to sit here and get behind the camera. No, I'm a real person. Like, yeah, I slip up in front of my kids and I say the F word a lot. You see where I'm coming from? Do I got to change it? Yes. I owe my daughter like $1 gazillion. I don't know how I'm going to ever pay her. But she's never going to forget it. Trust and believe that. You see where I'm coming from? But we do have that conversation. So for me to sometimes have to sit here and change the word, you know, RAPE to grape. You see where I'm coming from? One day I had to sit here and explain it to my daughter. She's like, wait, you're talking about a fruit? No, baby girl, I'm talking about.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
She already knows what that is. I'm saying, why do I have to change the word? Because it offends certain people? That's not my fault that somebody's getting offended because I'm like, this is the actual word. Why am I calling this a fruit? It's like telling, for
And
women, I didn't
that's what they,
understand.
and that's what they trying to penalize you on that a little early on, because you can't control how nobody's going to react to what you say. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, "Oh, I'm just gonna put this directly like this, and I want y'all to get mad." Yeah, no, you're not saying that. People are gonna feel how they're gonna feel. That's their responsibility to not
So I
take it
worked
that far.
around it.
Get
I
all
was
mad.
like,
Yeah,
that's a fact. I worked around it. I was like, okay. Sometimes I mess up and I say the R word. I was like, okay, I can't say it, but I'm sure I'm not going to say, rapes. So I'm like, you know what? It's sexual assault. You can't tell me no. Not on that one. Like, come on. That's not illegal. That's not offensive. It's not a curse word. You see where I'm coming from? So it's not bashing nobody. It is the legal term. So you cannot come at me for using a legal term now. So I'm going with your policies now. I'm going with your guidelines. You said I cannot bash. I cannot. So I'm looking up for words that mean bash. So now these are the words that you're saying that are against your community. I'm definitely going to do my research. So these are the actual words, and fuck it, you're going to take me back to the traditional way. I'm going to be sounding like a white girl. Like people say, you sound like a white girl now. No, I'm actually speaking English. Like I used to listen. You know why my slang came about? I was just talking about it the other day with my old head. Was when people were saying you sound too much like a white girl. Then I started, speaking the way I normally speak in the hood. So I was like, I don't know, what is it? Like I got used to now speaking the Philly terminology that people that when I speak certain words, y'all don't even understand what the hell I'm saying. So why y'all like? It's just like it's frustrating.
Yeah, you can't be yourself. Crazy. Yeah, they trying to filter a nigga. I don't like that. I ain't getting filtered, goddamn. I'm gonna keep being raw.
Why?
Edgy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna probably have to do it in a different way, but I'm still gonna keep my edge. Fuck what they talking about.
Real shit. It's like, listen, man, they criticize you for everything. Like shit, you ain't Puerto Rican,
Exactly.
you
So
ain't
you might
black,
as well,
but you're not eating pork. Like I'm sitting here, I was like, damn, now I'm under a category. I don't eat pork, so now I'm just strictly Muslim. I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. I don't have a religion. See my point? Like you make no freaking sense. So now you take away my ethnicity, right? Because of what? Because I don't do something your way. That makes no sense. Like, you see the way people think?
They conditioned. They're so conditioned. The sheeple family to be like that. It's crazy.
Well, then I gotta laugh at the people. I'll be cracking up. They be like, well, you know that your culture is Hispanic. I said, that's so disrespectful. I said, my culture is Hispanic. I was like, I think I need to dive down the rabbit hole and figure out why my culture is Hispanic. I thought we were Latinos. We fall under the Latino umbrella.
Exactly.
But Hispanic, right, is not even a culture. Hispanics is like it's more like the language, the Hispanic language.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. So
no,
it's kind of like
I think you're saying it because Hispanic falls in the same category as Spanish. So when you look at Spanish, that is it's
I'm sitting here, I was like, wait a minute. So I was like, that's why I was like, all this shit falls hand in hand, and we're putting this in social media, throwing this into our kids' eyes, knowing that they have the phone attached to their hip. They may not listen. Like I told people, our kids are not into Facebook. They're not old. That was our generation. Remember Instagram? Instagram came after Facebook. And what came after Instagram? TikTok. Well, before TikTok came Snapchat. So all these three apps are what these kids are in: Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. So if you want to draw their attentions like y'all say, oh, we got to act like fools. No, you don't. Now you want to sit here and complain. Why is my child shooting up the store? Because now they're not just listening to the damn music. Now they're listening to your fools talking about y'all going to pull up. I'm sorry to say it. It's a shame. Like, I'm not just blaming the women. I'm blaming the men too, because y'all talking about we need more male role models. This is I became an influencer so that I can motivate the youth to do what? To unalive the next motherfucker through social media?
Hell no.
Let's make it make sense.
For real.
So at the end of the day, it's us. That's why I say that we're the biggest virus on this earth. Like we're like on Resident Evil. It's us. We're that virus that spreads through the vents and never stops.
Talking about the T virus. Oh God, that's classic.
Yep, it's us.
Man, salute to Resident Evil, man. That's classic, man. I love it, man. That's that shit. All the movies. You know what? Thank you, man. I'm definitely gonna binge watch the whole movie series tomorrow. Let's go.
I bet I be doing the same shit. I did it with Aliens, Predators. I did it with Resident Evil. I did it with all the movies. Chill.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be binge watching them Jones too.
Straight
But
up.
I'm gonna get off this John though, because it's 5. No shit. No, it's 4:34. In half an hour to 5 though.
Turn
But
up.
this was a great convo, yo, and
Man,
tag me on
excellent.
your next live so I can
no doubt.
check out.
No doubt.
Because sometimes it comes up and sometimes it don't.
Okay.
So just tag me on your next live, and I'm definitely
Okay,
gonna
I'll
pull
definitely
up.
tag it. Yep.
I was
Yep. We
trying to
already
earlier,
on IG, right? We already following each other on IG, right?
yeah, I just wait. What's it?
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
see.
send. I'm
It
gonna
is
start
you. I
sending
got you on
thumbnails.
Instagram.
All right,
It
bet.
was
You send a
yours.
thumbnail DM to you ASAP every time I go live. No problem.
That's a bet. That's a bet. I appreciate you. Yeah, my baby pops was listening to you earlier.
Hey, appreciate that. Tell them, man. Hey, love. Appreciate
Yeah,
that,
who
brother.
got you right here?
Oh, okay. No doubt. Salute, family. I appreciate you, brother. Big blessings on blessings.
Oh shit! There we go. There you go. But yeah, I'm about to get off this drone and lay down with my little shorty because that's what she's been asking me for like the past 10, 15 minutes.
Now,
So
hey, keep deep frying, family. I fuck with you the strong way, not the wrong way, family. Big salute. Mucho salute, family.
I appreciate you. Guys, I appreciate everybody, man. Like, this was a deep, dope conversation. I can't wait to edit these videos out, clip them up, upload them, man, so that y'all can hear this conversation, man. Make sure y'all go check out Mouthpiece, Tyrone Motive, Selena, right? And who else was on here? Cutthroat Entertainment. We had Cutthroat Entertainment in the building this morning, right? We had Frankie Blanco. Man, please go support these great content creators, man. Show them some support, man. They have a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge throughout their content, man. So let's show them some appreciation, man. Give them the roses, right? Because they sure as hell deserve it. So till next time, this y'all shorty Rachel. I hope all of y'all have a blessed and humble morning. Continue to have a blessed and humble day, man. And I will see y'all on my next live.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray. Lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb. But our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark. In America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders I learned women are strong, independent and firm. But sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true. Yet together with a man we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies growing up, remember this advice. You're capable of anything you devise, but partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me, respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue. In a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan. Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man. It's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist. Infiltrating young minds with their list. But we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all, it's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding, the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality ahead. You scream for the police every time he come around. Then scream child support abuse, playing victim in this town. Enjoy that check, boo, but remember what goes up must come down. The only time he's worthy is when he bails you out the mess you found. You play the game, manipulating hearts without a doubt, but karma's knocking at your door, there's no way out. You point fingers and shift the blame around, but in the end, it's your own chaos that you found. You dance with danger, living on the edge of lies, but the truth will catch up to you, no more disguise. The man you rely on to clean up your mess is so profound, will soon see through your facade and leave you astounded. Using a child as a weapon, it's a shame. A woman who lacks self-respect, I can't acclaim. Real men fighting for what they believe in, never in vain. Standing 10 toes down, bringing awareness to the pain. Respect is earned by how you carry yourself, not by tearing others down for personal wealth. Real men don't back down, they fight with honor and stealth against injustice and falsehoods that threaten our health. Let's uplift each other instead of tearing apart, supporting one another from the start. Real men stand tall with courage in their heart, fighting for justice and truth, playing their part. Here's for the men who share their truth, never afraid to stand tall in their boots, respecting our women, fighting for what's right, supporting our kids day and night. Real women out there blazing trails, men by their side never looking pale. Rights for all, let's keep the balance true. Men have a voice, let's listen to. In this crazy world where battles are fought, let's remember the men who give it all they've got. Respect to those who speak their stories loud. Together we stand strong and proud. Together we stand, united we'll rise, setting an example for young eyes. In every step we take, in every plan, guiding the next generation's hand. Leading by actions, not just by words, teaching them to fly like birds. Showing love and respect in all we do, for they're always watching, taking cues. Hand in hand, let's pave the way for a better tomorrow, starting today. Our children learn from what they see. Let's show them how great they can be. Let's be what our children need.